I'm not doing this because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan iceholes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
The Basement Benchwarmers Podcast back after a week off. And there's only 2 of us tonight.
Hello.
It's like Local H.
I saw Tumbleweed roll through here. Yeah, we're the Who. There's only 2 of those guys left. The Beatles,
Laurel and Hardy.
No, they're both dead.
But there's 2 guys that are starting.
Yeah.
Chip and Dale. Famous 2. Oh, Ricky Bobby and the other guy.
I was going to see Packers quarterbacks.
Wait. Shake and Bake. That was
Shake and Bake.
Talladega Nights. Shake and Bake. Yeah. So, bunch of 2-man things. This is the A-team, though. You got the A-team tonight.
Yeah, the A-team.
This is the A-team. And not the one from TV with Mr. T. This is the real A-team.
And any of our fans, if you typed in 2 men doing crazy shit, sorry. You probably didn't get what you were hoping for.
We don't treat preseason here. The starters play here. Just so you guys know. The starters play on this one right now. So just me and Ed here tonight. So let's get going right away how we do it every week. Ed, how was your last couple weeks? Or
it's been awful.
It's
been absolutely awful.
Awesome. I love it. Let me hear.
Awful. Work's been shitty. Let's see what else. Last night I got shut out at Ravinia. They pulled like that Sting thing, remember that movie, The Sting, where the guy gets up to the counter and then they close it on him. That's what they did to me. Like, I'm like, here's my tickets. Like, fuck you.
Clicking.
Like, these are from a third party vendor. I'm like, yeah, Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we don't take those tickets. So I called Ticketmaster and like, well, that's not our problem. I'm like, you sold them to me? So now I got to fight with Ticketmaster. Me and Eddie Vedder.
I was going to say, you and Eddie Vedder going toe to toe.
It's like Cubs fan. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Ticketmaster. Like, you bear hunt? Oh, no. Okay. So we got 2 things in common.
So that's the only excitement you had then?
Oh, I got drunk last night and today. A little bit. I had a few. I didn't get drunk today. I had a few though. At a possible graduation party.
Don't know what it was. Not sure.
Yeah, I'll tell that story a little bit. So I wrote down on my calendar party at Pets, and I knew it was from a friend of the show, Benny Valpendesta.
Yeah.
So I didn't know where at Pets, so I drove around until I found a bunch of Italians. Which they were pa-ding. I seen them jumping around, chasing mushrooms and turtles. So I knew where I was.
Yeah.
I just had a graduation card and I just put money in it, and I got there and put it in the box, and I'm like, I thought it was his son's graduation, but it's a party for his daughter. So I don't know what the hell kind of party it was. She might have just made out like a bandit. I don't know. I probably should write that shit down in my calendar. Yeah. I'm an idiot.
Well, my last week I spent in South Carolina, the Folly Beach area. What the hell was that?
Something comes shooting over my shoulder.
That was weird.
Yeah,
Anyway, so nice area. It's just south of Charleston. Yeah, cool area. Couple blocks from the beach. Good food. Last night was actually probably the best food we ate. We went to his place. It's been around for years. I cannot remember the name for the life of me. It's right on it's like looks like you're on the bayou, basically. You're sitting in an old.
So I'm guessing it's seafood.
Yeah, I had shrimp. A seafood platter had shrimp, a crab cakes, and it had a piece of fish. And actually, they deep fried the fish with the skin on. That's how original.
Yeah, that's good.
That's how original this place is. Hush puppies are good. The fries are actually pretty good. They didn't look great when you got them, but they're good. Coleslaw was god awful. The only bad mark.
Really?
A guy I talked to today, or was back and forth on Facebook with, they are known for the oysters. I need to go oysters right out of the water right there, and I'm not an oyster guy. So if you're an oyster guy,
yeah, I mean, I like them.
Yeah, you might want to go there. I don't know, but the shrimp, incredible. The breading came like real light looking, like it was almost like underbread, but it was everything
Perfect.
Everything was incredible. Everything was good. It was cool. Atmosphere was awesome.
You don't know what kind of fish it was?
No, I didn't look on the thing. I don't know. It does.
Red snapper, grouper.
It wasn't grouper. I know that. It was more of a longer, maybe rough.
Orange roughy.
Yeah. Well, you caught probably in that area, so I know what you catch in that area. I don't know, but it was good. It was.
I know in New York City they catch like boots and like bodies and.
Yeah.
Did you see at Tampa the mayor's out fishing? Just the perfect timing here.
Yeah.
He caught 80 pounds of cocaine.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he hooked it. That's what he said. Only 80 pounds.
There was 100 there when he got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we that's all we really did down there. We did tour Fort Sumter, pretty cool historical site where the Civil War began. Battleship, we toured a battleship also, an old battleship, obviously. Decommissioned, they call it, right? When it's not.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, kind of neat just to see the size of these things, how small these are inside and all that. But yeah, it was a cool area. Yeah, it was a cool overall area. I mean, the weather, I actually saw the devil walking around. He was sweating. That's how hot it was down there.
It's like, can you believe this fucking weather here?
I'm going back home. It's way cooler there. You okay, Mr. Devil? Nice to meet you. So yeah, it was humid, warm. I would recommend going more in the fall or more in the springtime down there, but it was still a good time. We had fun getaway for a week, so it was cool. So
yeah, I played ball down there as we were talking about.
Yeah.
It gets hot.
Yeah, it was crazy at night.
It's that red clay. It gets in everything.
Yeah, it was. But the beach was nice. The whole area is nice, clean, pretty clean overall. Food was, like I said, we went to a taco place. It was the most disappointing place of all of them. Was called Taco Boy. The taco, it was almost had the concept of I always forget the name of the place up in Milwaukee we've been to.
Oh, Bel Air Cantina.
Bel Air Cantina. They had different tacos. So I had a Korean beef one, was solid. I had a shrimp and it has surf and turf, shrimp and steak. It was decent. Another one I can't remember what it was, but the food was okay. Took a while to get the food, the service, which I'm not a big. On vacation, service is slow. It is what it is. You're out. But the food was okay. My one order got messed up. The other one didn't get the right thing. It was just food wasn't bad though, but for it was the longest we waited to get a table too. And out of all the places.
And it's the South, so if you complain, they're like, well, if you want to complain, you got to go down the street to the left 4 blocks. And if you see a silo, go past that and then go 2 more blocks.
And there's a box and write it and drop it in there. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. But the seafood was the best food, I think. What else I did? Yeah, seafood was really good. The best thing I probably had down there was the seafood, obviously. I mean, you're in that area, so they should be doing it right, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I don't know what else they would have down there besides seafood.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously burgers.
Did take a ghost tour.
I heard the ghost tour's awesome down there.
The second most haunted city next to.
Oh man, Houston.
No, if once you say it, you'll be like, oh, because I guess Savannah in my head.
Oh yeah,
Savannah's third.
That's a good one.
New Orleans.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, New Orleans.
All those old French cities.
Yeah. Which I like to do New Orleans tour. That'd be awesome down there. But it was cool. Charleston, we actually ate at a decent place down there too. It was an old. It was haunted. We found out after. I actually had shrimp and grits there.
Oh, I love shrimp and grits.
And doing sausage, and they put it on They did a deep fried grit cake. They put it over, so it had a crust on it. The grits. It was legit.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yes, that was.
I like
good.
grits.
Grits, and the grit cake was a great. That's why I got it, because I saw grit cake. I'm like, I'm getting that just because the grit cake I've seen it before. If you're gonna do something with grits ever and top it, do deep fry, do a grit cake. It's because it holds it. It doesn't get mushy until you open it up and you can mix it.
I like the sound of that.
Legit. So let's stop talking about
Timmy
food.
when we're talking. I'm trying to remember what we did to him last week.
Nothing.
Did we tickle him? Or?
I don't know if I saw him last week. I didn't go to Bags.
Did we pee in his lemonade?
I didn't. I don't know.
I might have. Yeah, whatever.
Oh no, I saw. He was at the Blade. I talked to him the whole time.
Yeah.
So he was fine. Yeah, maybe he just was busy.
Did you give him a shot of Jalort?
No. He might have had one.
We forgot to talk about that too.
Oh, the Blade tournament. Yeah, the Blade tournament was last week. It was a good time. We Ed stopped off a little bit. Glenn kept score. most of the weekend. Tim took over for 3-4 hours and helped me out. I announced Willie was out there. I think he's still out there.
He's doing Willie
I
stuff.
think he's walking around out there aimlessly, still trying to pour people gin, Malort, or mixes of it. Good tournament. Winners this year were EXP won it. They actually lost their first game, won the tournament.
Yeah, they were the day I was there. They had to come. They had to win a lot of games to come back through.
Friend of the show, John Zarnecki Wing was the MVP. So good tournament. Good softball overall. The bags tournament, well, I heard. I didn't see it much, but a lot of people were out on Saturday. I guess a lot of money was raised. I'm not sure the total yet, but they were raising money for, I believe, the Boys and Girls Club and also for Gabe and Dana Garcia. Dana, who has cancer. So hopefully
I saw Gabe out there.
Yeah, hopefully helps him out a little bit. So it was a great weekend. It was fun. I don't know. We were out there. What was your impression of the week when you were out there on Sunday?
Oh, it was nice. I mean, everybody's out there. It's a friendly tournament too, because I mean, some of these guys, you pop up in the infield. I believe a pop up is just Malort, right?
Gin
for a pop up. A strikeout is gin and Malort. Right?
I think a strikeout foul out, like you actually hit it foul. Yeah. That's a Malort. But a strikeout looking or swinging, missing the ball completely, it's a shot of gin and Malort mix. We call it a Jalort.
Yeah.
And that was invented 2 years ago, I believe.
Yeah, we were trying to come up with the where it originated.
I think me and Willie did it. At the one thing. I said we should mix it for something, or I'm going to guess Willie invented it just because he's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
It's very easy. Oh, Jason Griffin commented they believe they raised over $20,000.
Oh, nice. And I saw Blade's sister was there.
Yes, Blade's sister.
When I was there.
Yeah. Sherry talked to her a bunch of times. Amy,
I did not see Amy.
I talked to her a bunch of times.
I mean,
Jason and John ran a very nice bags tournament. I will mention that. I did bring up bags, and Chris Wade did a great job of the whole overall tournament of it.
He sure did.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work into that. So he looked really old.
Yeah,
like he's got like a lot of stress.
and Jason also said he had about 30 shots of gin just because he did too. And our friend of the show, Heggs, was out there. Once again, they gave the award for the Softball Ambassador Award to Blade, which started last year, and actually they gave it to Swa, Chris Wade. It was just someone that might not, and Swa was a good softball player. Let's not say it wasn't, but it's not always about softball. They say it's about a guy who played softball, knows everything, blah, blah. This year it was Scott Kessler who was given the award.
Oh, good one.
So that next year we'll see who gets next year. But it's a good weekend overall.
Well, I say Shorty.
Hey, you never know. Hey.
He was there forever.
Leon, the guy, Leon from Finney's.
Puddles, Leon and Puddles.
Yeah. So there's a lot of guys and those are kind of guys that you're looking at that kind of talk about the show.
Yeah. I mean, those.
Jason Griffin also wrote, Scott, you did a great job. You guys did a great job, and Willie was just there.
Willie was barely there. I mean, I showed up on what day was that? Sunday? Yeah, I came on Sunday, and Willie was. He was Willie.
Willie was supposed to be our shot guy, and that doesn't happen too often. Because honestly, I can't believe how he figured out to do the shots in the first place. And we may have invented it, and he may have obviously, and we just built on it. We should do shots. And we gave rules for it, and so we said you do the shots, and I poured a lot of them. So I doing double duty, and Glenn too. Double duty.
At least you didn't get a ride home from him.
Yeah, I drove my own car that weekend. I went out Friday night, had a good time after. We went out Friday night after Friday night's games, had a good time, had a few, but then Saturday night, it's a long day. I mean, being out there, and Jason will probably say stuff, and all the people out there that are helping. I mean, tons of people out there doing all. I mean, there's probably 15, 20 people that are out there from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, both days, or Saturday, and once 10 p.m. hits, you're not looking to go to the bar at all. And a lot of people I talked to did not go. They all went home. So
and that's a great group of drinkers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, those are some. There might be awards for that.
There's no quitters there.
No. Willie's like an amateur with those guys. I'm looking around and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
This is like Kenosha.
Yeah.
These are the guys we grew up with, and yeah. And they don't have podcasts, so they don't know what the hell we're talking about them.
Yeah. So that was the Blade this weekend. I'm glad everybody who stopped out. Awesome for all the teams that played. It was a great tournament to announce and be part of as usual. I'm sure we'll be back out next year. So let's go to the usual, and let's move to good, bad, and the ugly for the last few weeks. There's a bunch of them. Maybe we'll have some. I don't know. We can go back and forth for a little bit on this. There's
Yeah,
a
I've
ton
got
of
quite a
stuff.
few.
You want to start or want me to start?
You start.
Okay, I'm going to start with the ugly. And I don't know if we talked about this, but I'll just do it again. The U.S. women's national team, soccer. Let's just say, I think it shows, and this is not a knock on. They were just barely getting into they barely snuck into the actual tournament.
Yeah, it was like by a missed
0-0, and
yeah.
It's okay to have opinions and do what you got to do, but when it affects your play, and affects how you play, and then after you're the one that doesn't, you have a chance to take your team to the next stage. You miss the goal, and after do you see Rapinoe's interview after? How strange it was.
Oh yeah,
it's like she was high on something around. Honestly, my daughter, when she first started playing soccer, not first, she was like 3 years in, and she didn't, but a couple other girls took penalty kicks. I believe she made hers. I can't remember. Maybe she missed hers, but all the girls that missed theirs, a couple girls that missed and the Blues in the game, were crying after. And now these were 10, 11-year-old girls. So, a lot of boys do the same thing. So it's not just, but the funny thing is that these are girls that nobody knows about this except for the few people watching. Now, this is the whole world. And it was like no big deal to her.
Yeah.
It was like, whatever. It was. And everybody wants to argue with me.
An 11-year-old girl, when she misses, it's breaking her heart, and it was for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And Megan Rapinoe's playing for the world championship, and she's a leader and supposedly an inspiration for young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Not many young men look up to her, but young ladies do. I'm guessing. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And she could give two shits about, losing one of the biggest games of her life.
Yeah, and the thing
on
is,
her choke,
and it's a retirement for her,
Mm-hmm.
tour for her in a way. So and anybody that listens to this at any point, and the few that do, anyone wants to argue with me, they can, and you won't. I will not fall into that. Oh, you can't tell me she cared.
Yeah.
And the coach who puts her in for Alex Morgan with 15 minutes left in the game, he's more of an idiot, because now you're just catering to a stigma. She shouldn't have been on the team. She is now one of the top 18 girls in the country, whatever. She's not. And a lot of those women that are on that team still might not. Even Alex Morgan might not be. They're just keep these girls. Julie Ertz, I'm not ripping that. But you have to make your team better, not just keep the same woman around because, we're going to be good.
Yeah.
They don't do it in any other sport. They don't keep, shouldn't say that. Pujols.
And look, he had a huge World Cup the last time.
Yeah.
But if say in 4 years down the road, he's going to be almost 40.
Yeah.
Is obviously there's going to be guys better than him by that point.
Oh yeah,
obviously. There's already guys probably better than him.
Kid Mbappe
from
he's awesome.
France.
He's a great player. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's probably going to make the team. They ain't going to be playing him in those big situations.
Yeah. And a guy but do you think, and that's a good question, do you think a guy like Messi just goes, it's time for me to step away? Maybe
should.
Megan Rapinoe should have stepped away when they won the World Cup last time. And here's the reason why.
She didn't want to be there.
Yeah. You could tell they won, and it's great. Now go out on top.
Yeah. But it looks like she didn't want to be there this time at all.
No. It was
so why are you taking some other girl's spot that would, if she'd have missed that kick, she'd have been crying?
Yeah. Exactly.
Full circle.
Well, after the 0, what was the I don't know if we talked about this much, but when they did tie 0-0 to get in to the tournament, I know there's a word for that, the game or what they played, but the game that got them into the tournament when they lost the first game and they were knocked out, the knockout rounds, they had to win, they had to tie at the worst, and they did. Scored 0, it was 0-0, and after the game, a lot of who was the ex-player that said this and took a little flack about it? She came back and goes, no, and she didn't backtrack. She said, we didn't play. Was it is her name Julie Foudy? Is that a tennis player? Or is that a soccer player?
No, I'm looking.
I can't remember her name, but she played on the original one with, I think, Brandi Chastain and them. I think she was on that team. And she came out and she beat them up. Like, we would never have acted like that. We would be upset that we didn't score
for sure.
score a goal at least. And they were like, oh, well, they're in. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it did matter because you know what? She was right. They were playing exactly like they acted after the game. They didn't care. They all got to the second round, and a handful of them were just happy to be there, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you fought for all this. I think I saw the greatest quote the other day is you fought to make all this extra money, and you're not even worth the money you asked to make. Should you make that money after getting knocked out in the first round of the actual World Cup? Right? They lost their first game, right?
Well, yeah. Well, and the way they argue this is we're better than the men because we've won championships. But obviously, they don't have the support. They don't have the sponsorship. They don't have.
No.
So their whole thing is based on we should be paid this more.
Yeah.
Because we win games. And they didn't win. I don't know. Did they win one game in the whole thing?
They won one because they scored. I think they tied 2. I think they were 1-1 and 0. I think they scored 3 goals total in the whole.
Yeah.
4 games.
So
3 goals total.
Your whole basis of having a higher pay is because you're playing against, girls. It's your top competition.
Yeah.
But you're not performing.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your argument is now.
Yeah. And I believe they were favored in every game.
Yeah.
I think they were a favorite in every single game they played, and they ended up.
Well, we should have bet against them.
Yeah, you would have won.
We'd have been rich.
Yeah, we could have made as much as they do.
I'm rich, bitches.
So
we could have took all our Shake-a-Day money, invested it in that. We could have retired from podcasting.
That's my ugly. So you're ugly.
My ugly is because we've been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was hoping everybody's going to be here because the Jose Ramirez Tim Anderson fight.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm trying to find the voice thing now of the Cleveland announcer, which was just he did and this guy should get an award. If you see it,
I did see someone sent it to me or I saw it somewhere. The Cleveland guy.
So he's describing the fight and he's like, and now they drop the gloves and they're going at it. Down goes Anderson. Down goes. It sounds like the Frazier. We've been out for 2.
Oh, sorry.
You got it?
Hit the wrong button. No, I was trying to find it. That's why.
So I couldn't find. it's been 2 weeks, but it's amazing.
It was
the call is great. So Tim Anderson, and I don't know what was said. We weren't,
take out illness, death in the family, take out the important things in life, anything. But had the worst year of any human being possible in the situation he's in. Seriously, he has had the worst year possible of any man in that situation. Take away, obviously, death, you know what I'm saying, illness. There's more important things in the world than baseball. Yeah. But for
the baseball world.
In the baseball world, he goes from hitting 1 homer and crying when he hit the home run to being knocked out. Cold.
Knocked his ass out.
When he pretty much dropped his gloves and pretty much made it into a hockey fight. Okay.
Now, I'm a baseball fan. I can't remember the last time in my life. I've been around 50 years watching baseball. I probably watched 47 years of baseball.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time 2 guys dropped and just one guy got knocked out. Yeah. We remember Nolan Ryan when Ventura charges and Nolan Ryan hits somebody. He's not hitting them really solid, but he's pounding them in the face, a bunch. And
Michael Barrett Barrett, though, was a cheap shot.
Yeah.
That was a cheap shot on Przinski. That was.
But these guys stood toe to toe, and the umpire just looks at him like, I'm going to back up.
Yep. I'm not getting in the middle of this. You guys stop him.
It was like a toe to toe hockey fight.
Yeah.
Tim took the first swing.
Yeah.
Missed, which has been his whole year. Whiff. Was that a sweeper?
What would you hear in the background if you heard the umpire yell, "Strike 1"? That would awesome. So what you do? You know what? If I didn't have a job and a life, I could make one of those videos of strike 1, strike 2.
It's like Jesus. What was the launch angle on that swing? But then, Ramirez throws a punch, misses, but he was close, and then he throws another one, and you can see. When I first read the comments, it was some crazy White Sox fans like, "Oh, he barely brushed him." You can watch his hands drop instantly when he gets hit. His hands drop.
He got knocked out. Cold. He did. He got knocked out cold, and it was no he caught him.
He is baseball. Now that Coco Crisp is gone, or not Coco Crisp. Who's the guy the Cubs picked up?
Which
when they got him from Oakland or whatever. Remember they had him for a few years. That guy was the biggest asshole in baseball. He's an outfielder. Oh, I can't think of his name now. Now I got Crisp stuck in my head.
Yeah, I got the name. I got Cavalli Crisp. That's his name.
Yeah, I know. That's
but I can't. I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name because I crisped my head too.
He was a Cubs outfielder. He came from Oakland.
How long ago was this?
It's got to be 10 years ago.
Okay.
But he's like the biggest asshole in baseball. Tim Anderson's that guy. He's completely just like, now Jose Ramirez is widely, respected in the baseball world.
Yeah.
He's a top 5 player.
Yeah.
That's like standing toe to toe with, Mike Trout or Ohtani.
Yeah.
And they goes up against got his ass kicked.
And I still don't understand why they didn't try. Unless they tried to trade him. What is benefiting the White Sox from keeping it at all? They should have took anything for him. It doesn't matter at this point anymore. I mean, I don't know. It's strange to me, but I agree with you that it was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
because I was the one getting punched.
But it's like it's perfect though. Tim Anderson, the guy that everybody hates, starts a fight, takes the first swing. He's having a shit year, like you said. I mean, just a horrible year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Should be cut. That's how bad he.
I mean,
not like he should be cut, not paid.
Well, let's put it. Mervis,
he might as well be stealing from the team right now.
Be honest. Mervis had the same numbers and got sent back down.
Yeah.
They just can't send him down because he's a major leaguer. He's got that protection. That's why I can't believe they didn't trade him. Trade him for anything. A low A player to give us whatever. Give us a low A.
Nobody take him.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't want. Maybe it's him.
Yeah, it is him. There's something wrong with him. He's not all. He's going to be the Antonio Brown now.
Yeah.
But baseball's guaranteed.
And was he like an MVP candidate like last year? He batted.
Was last year or 2 years
for batting
ago?
title. He was in the batting title race for a while.
Yeah. But he's also
he was good. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
he was good.
He's known as a jerk though, and holy cow. Yeah. He got his comeuppance.
Yeah.
I bet he didn't though, because he's probably still talking shit about it and saying, because it's just how he is.
Oh, he got lucky, blah, blah, whatever.
Yeah.
So my bad is the Orioles last week or a week and a half ago removed Kevin Brown from the broadcasts over a comment he made on TV. So I clicked this. I'm like, what this guy say? Yeah, I can't wait to hear this.
We got 2 open seats over here. We can replace these guys.
And he has a great voice too. He sounds perfect here. And I'm like, I can't. What did this guy do? You almost click stuff nowadays, and you just want to cringe because like, what did he do?
Yeah.
He mentioned that until that series, the Orioles hadn't won a series in Tampa Bay in over X amount of years. It was on the graphic. It was up there reading. Ownership didn't like him pointing out how bad they've been.
Mm-hmm.
He got suspended for that. Not suspended. He got moved to the radio for a while, got moved on. Now he's back on TV. But for a team that's in first place or fighting for first place.
Wouldn't that be a badge of honor?
Let me ask you a question though. Why is the team president or the owner even getting involved in it? Just sit back, shut up and sit down. Your team's playing better than they've played in 8 years.
Now you're kind of rooting against them.
Now it's like you remove an announcer for reading off a graphic. He just pretty much it was on the graphic. It said he could have not said anything with the graphic. I got fired. I don't know. Maybe he did get fired. I don't know. It's nuts.
Well,
We're
this
nuts.
is similar to Steve Stone though. That's how Steve Stone got removed from the Cubs.
Well, that's
for bad mouth in the leadership.
Yeah, and he remember they him and Chip Carey. What pitcher was it? I think they were in Cincinnati, and Steve Stoner made a comment about someone not doing their job, pitching well. The guy called the booth and said, "Oh," during the game.
Yep.
When stuff like that happens, now this ain't players, obviously. And he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He's repeating. All he's saying is talking about history. I mean, he didn't make up something. He didn't call anybody a bad word or didn't do a Brenneman.
Yeah, the Brenneman one's classic.
Didn't do the A's announcer thing didn't do anything like that. He
didn't even have like a slip up where, like the A's guy, obviously it was in his head and he don't say it. Oh shit, I said it. This guy, and Brenneman was actually a malicious attack.
Just got caught
homophobic
on a mic, which
thing,
means they're not good when he got caught because it means you probably say it more.
Yeah.
And the thing
probably says it more than us.
Yeah. But the thing about it is that I had to watch this clip like 4 times. I'm like, I had to miss it. Watch it again.
Right.
I'm like, what am I looking for? Then I start reading comments. I'm like, no way. And yeah, it was for pretty much saying they sucked for the last few years, and now they finally are getting their ship right, and we're won a series now here in Tampa. That's the culmination of the season. Maybe
we can't talk anything since Cal Ripken retired.
Yeah,
don't mention any of it.
Yeah,
Baltimore. Because I just watched a thing on that show Big Brother, and one of the contestants, they're video recorded the whole time. And there's cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So they've got a strict policy of what they can do and what they can't. And one of the guys dropped an N-bomb, and he was a white guy. So they're like, "Oh yeah, you're out of here instantly." And somebody's like, "Well, what about the girl last week that said it multiple times, the black girl?" And they're like, "We're not going to talk about that."
Yeah.
So, but she got knocked off the show then, like a week later. So it could have been a setup or whatever. But they were like, "So if you got a strict policy, why was she not fired instantly and he was?"
Mhm.
And I understand there's different, I'm not an idiot, but still.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of, and that was like, again, she didn't point out like Big Brother hasn't performed well in the Nielsen ratings over the last 10 years. You're out of here.
Yeah.
You're on radio now.
Yeah, you're on the radio, Big Brother. That's fun. A lot of dead air.
Man, that girl, she looked fine. Ooh, look at that booty. It's like, I don't see shit.
Oh, this is terrible radio.
Let's change the channel. We're in New Jersey and the aliens are. What kind of radio station is this?
Brought to you by Ovaltine. What? Hope I get my Dakota ring.
That's what everybody.
I wish Willie was here to tell us about those Dakota rings he used to get from.
Well, he
the
remembers.
Ovaltine.
Yeah, he remembers the radio like it was yesterday.
Yeah,
and it might have been with him.
Yeah. So you're bad.
Oh, my bad. No. I'm gonna go off the charts because I never do that. On some tangent. My bad is Little Tay. You seen that? So Little Tay, the rapper, the annoying girl that just like would talk shit about everybody. She came out. She died. Her and her brother both dead. It was reported like in TMZ and all the big things. And then it was 3 days later. She posts, "I'm not dead. Somebody stole my account or whatever." It's like, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense either. So it's all like this publicity stunt thing. So I just found out about that just, as we went on the show. I was like, what the hell? That was like last week.
I think they were talking about that, the kids, I think. My kids.
Yeah, well, dude, she was awesome. They would go into these rich houses, like they would, I don't know how they got access to them. And she'd walk around with a stack of money. She's like 9 years old. And, she'd be like, "These motherfuckers ain't got nothing on me." And she's like 9, I got stacks and racks of just going on talking shit, and you got to do it like I do it, And she's like 9.
Yeah.
All trained in acting. But yeah, so they faked this whole thing somehow that her and her brother both died tragically. But it was on all the major. It wasn't like this was like on some wild,
Yeah, I saw it on something popped up on my thing.
It was on
and
TMZ.
Who is this? And I just kind of, I didn't.
I knew the name because I remember because I used to laugh every time she'd get on there and people would get upset. It's like, dude, obviously this is acting. You know? It's like they probably took 12 takes to get that part, on a 9-year-old. But it's still funny because she's just so offensive and bragging about all the money she has from her investments and everything. She's like 9. But yeah, so it was all faked, her death. And this isn't like one of those ones either where it was like Elton John died and you're like, what? Elton John died,
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I was just listening to Rocket Man yesterday on the radio. It's the first time I've heard it in hours.
Yeah.
It's like, and then you look and it's like Elton John ain't dead, Somebody just posted that. This is like all over the news.
And it was like 3 days before they even admitted it.
Yep.
Or 2 days or whatever.
And she just didn't know that she was, I knew Little Tay was dead.
Yeah. If you know,
Little Tay
she knew.
So that was one of my bad there.
My good, and I do this all the time, and every time I do it, it's bad luck for him, but I'm going to give him the good this week. The Cubs. Besides the Mets series, they had a great week against Cincinnati, and the Braves won 5 out of 7, which is we were hoping for 4 and 3, 3 and 4.
Oh, yeah.
We were. I mean, being realist, I mean, Braves are a way better team. I think I caught them at a good time. That's perfect. The Mets was a tough series.
Yeah.
They could have won that game. I'll take a spot from that game, and I think it's going to show what's going to hurt them in the long run. I love Morel. I think they're a good team, but Morel's a little bit too much Baez in them. First and second, 1 out. No outs. Morel comes up, or no. I'm sorry, 1 out it was.
Okay.
Because they bunted over because got men on first and second, no outs, down by a run in the top of the 9th. They had Magical bunt them over, which is
That's how you play baseball.
that's you got to do it.
Now you got the winning run on second base.
2 chances to win. A fly ball gets a tie, and a base hit wins you the game.
Oh, yeah.
Takes a lead, whatever. Morel comes up. This guy pitcher that comes in the game, they relief pitchers. They said this stat before, and I know baseball knows this because that's all they do is live on numbers and metrics. This guy in August, which has been only a few 10 days or whatever, his ERA is 16 point something. He's having control issues.
Mm-hmm.
And Morel swings at the first 2 pitches that were balls.
Yeah.
That's just not good baseball. That's not playoff team baseball. If you're going to be a playoff team in baseball,
Right.
That's not what you do. And don't get me wrong, he's been part of this whole thing. I'm not knocking, but that's stuff that they have to know. And you teach us from little league up or whatever. You don't in little league in certain ages, you tell the kids you got to take a pitch, but as you get older, you tell the kids you got to figure out game situations. New pitcher comes in, make him throw a strike, man.
And who was on deck? So
it was Morel, and then Morel struck out. Horner walked.
So the leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
So Morel was batting 9th.
No, Morel was batting leadoff.
Oh, Morel was batting leadoff.
2 was Horner, and Hap came up and he struck out also. And this guy who couldn't find the strike zone walks 1 guy out of the 3 batters he faced, 2 strikeouts swinging. Hap's, I think the couple he swung at were more strikes closer, but Morel swung at 2 pitches that weren't even. The first pitch was high. Can't believe it probably looked like a juicy fastball, and he probably was trying. And I get your situation, a hitter, you think you scouted this in your head. Okay, he's a, and you know what, guy's been struggling. So I kind of get the concept of the guy's gonna be trying to throw a strike. I'm gonna.
Yeah, but he's been struggling with control.
Yes, not with
not with getting hit.
Both control and getting hit.
Yeah.
16 his ERA is 16.
Well, yeah, that means he's putting guys on base.
Yeah. So it just, and then they lose the game. They lose that game, and then they win. So then they have a nice series in Toronto. Today was they got beat up today, but win 2 out of 3. So their schedule this month is the Pirates. They've got Detroit. They've got
So you're going to say they're going to go on a 12-game losing streak?
Yeah, that's the problem. And they've got they got 3 games with the Brewers end of the month, which is probably the biggest series of the month. I think they'll be. I hopefully with the schedule they'll be with enough to take over first. They have a good series against them.
Yeah, because Milwaukee I think has a tough schedule this month.
Yeah, Milwaukee. The Cubs have the easiest schedule of the whole Major League Baseball for the All-Star break, and they're actually playing like it. They actually take advantage of the schedule.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's what they should do. The Brewers, I think, have a little tougher schedule.
Did any of us think the Cubs were going to be 4 games over 500 at this point?
No,
and within 3 games of the division lead,
not at all. Not after they went 13 and 30.
And
in
right
June,
now, I think they're 1 game out of the wild card now after today.
3.5 out of first. I think 1 or 1.5 out of the wild card.
Yeah, they were in the wild card yesterday.
You know what? Their goal was a wild card. If they win the division, that's great. But you're 1.5. You can win the wild card. I think they can.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that they got to clean up stuff like what I just talked about.
Yeah.
You have to clean that, and I don't know. You've played at a higher level than I have baseball, but does that make sense to you? Where he needs to be smarter and he needs to be a little more in tune with the situation?
For sure, it's a big situation. You got to do it during big games.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe
you've got to be tight and know where you're at. I mean, that's complete lack of awareness.
I think me and Jace were watching the game. I thought when we were out of town. I said he's got to take this first pitch, and he swings. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, how many times games we've been at where it's a close game late? They're down by a run, same situation type. That's like, why are they not bunting them over? They got 2 guys on. They're going to bunt them over. They'll intentionally walk the next guy to load the bases. It's going to be in Horners or Haps. It's going to be their job to win the game or lose it.
And I'm surprised they didn't intentionally walk Horner.
That's what I mean. Morel,
but it's probably because they want to take a chance with Morel because Horner and Hap they're more afraid of than Morel.
You got to figure in that situation, if he doesn't swing at that first pitch that's out of the strike zone, he's going to fall behind 1-0. He's going to be careful on the next pitch, and then they're probably going to intentionally walk him.
Yeah.
That's the situation. But instead, he went 0-2 because he dug himself a hole.
Yeah.
And that you're exactly right. That's Javi Baez types. I mean, somebody was sending around a video not too long ago of Javi Baez. He's swinging at pitches are in a fucking dugout.
Glenn or I sent it, then
it's
Rick
ridiculous.
Sent it today. The joke was, I think he'd swing at that was the pitch where they showed him swinging at a pitch like a pitch out pitch. The guy was, and then they showed put him in the box on 50 cents. on 50 Cent's pitch at one time, and it's him in the box and he swings at it. So it's a hilarious video. That one was funny. That was hilarious.
I love AI and memes.
Yes, I do. They brighten your day at times.
Oh, I've been listening to songs now. It's great. You've seen some of these AI songs?
Mm-mm.
So you take like Frank Sinatra and they're like just putting his voice into other like newer songs, like singing Green Day, and it's like, yeah,
really,
it's crazy. I can't even do it because it's so off the wall.
Wow.
And then I was listening to the radio the other day on the way to work, and they took Snoop Dogg's voice and did lyrics of songs. So it'd be like common songs. I mean, like any everyday songs that you've heard thousands of times, like, Don't Stop Believing or whatever. And he's, it'd be like just a small town, but it's in Snoop's voice. You cannot pick it out. It's so weird. Your mind is like off.
Oh, really?
This AI stuff was awesome for that. Our problem is going to be they're going to try and screw us over and steal our souls and our bank accounts with it. There's always some evil thing they're going to do, not just make songs up on fucking YouTube.
First, put it on YouTube and TikTok and make it look cool.
Yeah, so everybody gets into it.
Everybody loves it. AI's awesome.
Donate money to AI. We'll make more songs. Next thing you know, they're killing us with something. We're all enslaved, like 1984.
Yeah. Oh shit. So the Cubs are my good.
Yeah, that was your good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot where I was going with this.
Cubs are my good.
And I figured that was going to come up if we had more than one person here, but my good is a man sues Taco Bell for false advertising.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find this story real quick, because I just so he was saying that when they showed the commercials and everything and the pictures, the Crunch Wrap Supreme and the Mexican pizzas look nothing like what you get. Less ingredients, everything else. So he's from New York, and it actually says he accused them of a litany of accusations, asserting that they systematically hoodwink their patrons with advertisements that misrepresent the contents of popular items. And I have to agree.
I agree.
You ever see these commercials like a Big Mac? Now, I eat 4 Big Macs a week for my life, pretty much. So I'm going to die soon, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I've never seen a Big Mac like the one on TV. Never. I think I have a great case.
I'm telling you, man.
How can you do that? I can't go and you can't even do that on, like, say, what's that one? The swipe left, Tinder.
Oh yeah.
You put fake pictures of yourself on there. People are pissed. They're coming after you.
You see that? Well, the Mexican pizza.
I fooled my wife with the penis thing, but that was all mirrors.
The Mexican pizza is a great point, because if you've ever seen a Mexican pizza like on a commercial, it looks all tall and decadent. You buy it, it looks like it's smashed together like this. Like, it looks
like a cracker.
It looks like it's barely got anything in the middle.
It's like a flatbread.
Well, you think if they were smart, what they should do is make it and give you the sauce on the side and have you dump the sauce on yourself when you go to eat it.
I don't know. I never eaten one.
It's too much time. I've only had like one. I've only a few in my life, and I don't get them because they're just a big pile of mush. Yeah, I mean, they don't taste terrible, but I'd rather have a taco than or something.
I got to get behind this guy's lawsuit here.
I have to agree with him.
I'm trying to think. I mean, there's tons of these situations.
Yeah.
I mean, because your food looks like shit when I'll give it. Wendy's looks fairly close at least.
Yeah. KFC, you give them their credit.
You're getting
chicken. It's chicken in there.
But like Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, they're not even close.
I'd say McDonald's like double cheeseburger because it's all compact. Maybe the McChicken. But when you get to the quarter pounder and Big Mac, you are correct. It looks like nothing like you would get when you get there.
I'm so upset. I wish Timmy was here because he'd have my back on this one. I know.
Well, he'd probably get.
Where's Joe Gonzalez? He's a McDonald's guy. He'll tell you right away.
Be a big class action lawsuit right now.
That's where he's at.
Yeah, maybe that's why Tim couldn't make it.
Wait, let me look. It says Kenosha man, Tim Colino, litigating against
Terry Rose is writing it up right now for him.
Terry Rose. Oh, great.
So
that's already been dropped and rejected.
You got any more uglies or bads or goods?
I mean, I've got a bunch of stuff. It's been weeks, so I mean,
Go ahead.
I mean, we can just keep going on
Yeah,
with some stuff.
Fire off. I'm seeing if I got anything on. I know I had a couple things I saved.
Lizzo dropped from the Super Bowl halftime show.
She was supposed to be this year's?
Yeah.
Oh, she was.
You haven't seen this? Oh, you've been on vacation.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention.
So she was in consideration for being on there. So I mean, obviously she was in there.
Yeah.
She was fat shaming and sexually harassing the other
I
fat
saw
women.
that. I saw that.
So you see the pictures, and it's, you know, it's Lizzo. At least the picture I have is dressed in red, and then there's like 4 other large ladies that are like, I don't know what you would call it. They have like a geosynchronous orbit around her.
Okay.
I don't know. They're large ladies.
Okay.
So, you know. So now I'm gonna get sued by him. So she's 3 former employees of Big Touring have filed a lawsuit
Is it
against
GURL?
GRRRL.
Girl, I like that.
I know, I do kind of like it. Now I'm kind of liking these girls. A little
Girl.
more.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Sorry.
These are the kind of girls. Yeah, you get up there and yeah. So yeah, they've sued her. She's Melissa Jefferson. Lizzo.
Oh, that's her name, Melissa Jefferson?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That doesn't have the
Her
ring
name
of
would be like
Lizzo.
Elizabeth or something. I thought her
Yeah.
name would be Elizabeth or Lizzie or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know, you got girls like this. They're good-looking girls. There's a little bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were subject to hostile work environment that included sexual harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. And I guess it was pretty bad. So I mean, I went through.
I did see that. I saw that she was in trouble for
intolerable situation. They couldn't even work with her. That's how bad it was.
Was it as bad as Ellen?
Yeah, no kidding. Like Michigan. No way. No.
Yeah, never mind.
So here's one of the things was the dance captain is accused of frequently discussing her sexual fantasies and masturbation habits in lurid detail with the cast. The lawsuit goes further to claim that she would publicly practice oral sex skills on bananas during break, which now I'm about ready to start filing because I've seen you swallow a banana more than on one occasion.
Oh, the picture's not over.
I know
here.
the picture's
We moved
gone.
some stuff.
We have evidence right here.
Yeah.
Mr. Rose, look at this evidence. I mean, we should get a grand jury together. I mean,
Great.
So she will not be performing in the Super Bowl halftime show,
Oh.
which is fair. I mean, if it was a guy doing these things, I guess if there was a guy sucking down bananas, it would be kind of weird. But girls will be like, "What the hell?" I'm not even offended by this. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So
Dan Kluch says fat shaming angers him.
really,
Yeah.
He's a skinny guy.
Shut up, fatty. Who is this Dan Kluch guy? Now he's writing stuff?
Oh yeah, now all of a sudden he exists.
Yeah, now he's somebody.
Oh, I'll be at the next fantasy draft. Don't worry.
Like I
He
said.
doesn't even have a draft pick. He's gonna show up.
Yeah.
He hasn't showed up when he's got 15 draft picks. Can we mute him? Do we have AI that just like cancels his shit?
I can report him.
We should report him.
Report him to the podcast police.
There's got to be something somewhere.
So I'm trying to think of anything else I got this week with this. I do have a good.
Oh,
and this is going to be a change. I watched the first episode of Hard Knocks, and I have to say I don't know if the Packers were doing the CNBC or the MSNBC, or I don't know if the PR department from Packers were throwing things out there to make Rodgers look like a bad guy. Because I'm watching this that day, and that guy actually says this. One of the defensive linemen, they're watching, like, man, he's doing stuff that we've never seen stuff like this ever. They're like, this guy does everything that we expected him to do here, and this guy's like, he goes, look at me, Hard Knocks. He goes, whatever they've told you about this guy, it's not true. It's all lies. That's what he says. And I'm watching this, and he's in touch with you. And changing your attitude, go somewhere else too. It could be part of it too.
That's part of it.
Could be part of the game. I don't know, but he's in touch with all these guys. I mean, he's
until they're 5-7.
I watching them though. I don't think they're going to be. I think Garrett Wilson's going to be a top 5 receiver. I think Rodgers going to be a top. I think their defense is really good. I mean, obviously anything go injuries, but I never that's my rule. You can't talk about injuries.
And really, as a Packer fan, you hope they kind of do good.
Well, you get that draft
pick. Better draft.
Yeah, you
pick.
get that pick. He plays 68 or 80%, whatever it was. He get the higher draft pick, but it won't be high. It'll be if they doing well.
And you think if they kept him, I mean, first of all, he's not going to have the same attitude he's got there, obviously, but he didn't have. Well, he's got Christian Watson, could possibly become that weapon.
Yeah,
he's got the 2 good running backs, but I mean, it's time to move on.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it was a year, like we was talking about. I think everybody agrees after last year, which you didn't know. I mean, you can't do it. It was a year too late because you could get. You could have went to Denver for a lot more. I'm sure the whole bigger package.
They probably would have sent a bus to pick him up and 6 sandwiches.
The best thing about this episode, though, so at the end of practice, they're playing this game where they're staying at one end of one side of the end zone at the cone at the pylon.
Okay,
and they do play a little game. Their quarterbacks just try hitting the pylon on the other side, and as you throw, you can say stuff like talk like.
So that's the only time you can talk trash and stuff?
No, well, you could you say stuff as they throw. And I can't remember, but the funniest thing said was Nathaniel Hackett's involved throwing, and he goes to throw, and I think Aaron Rodgers goes, Sean Payton. I go, that's funny. Because they're laughing. And,
well, he's a smart guy and everything. He's a weird guy, though.
And he even said in this thing, I mean, he says in the beginning, they're like, oh, how do you like this Hard Knocks thing? They were talking. He goes, nah, I'm fine with it. And, I'm just, he walked out, goes, is my mic good or whatever? You guys good? He goes, yeah. He was cool about it. He's not being, and he's a big, I thought he wouldn't be a big, be kind of he was a lot of the first episode. He was a ton of it. I mean, they were talking to other players, but and Liv Shriver, who does the voice, he's the actual voice for actor.
Yeah.
You've seen him in many movies.
Yeah,
doesn't sound like him.
Israel.
Doesn't sound like him at all. But when he's on the thing, but it's funny how they made a comment. Aaron Rodgers goes, "Yeah, I'm here because I want to something about I want to see the voice of God or whatever. Well, a helicopter comes in, drops him off. And it's funny. He's narrating himself coming off the helicopter. He goes, they thought it'd be cool for me to get off a helicopter. I should iron my shirt because it's all wrinkled from so it's pretty funny. But the Liv Shriver meets him, and it's if you get a chance, watch it. It's entertaining. And I've always watched Hard Knocks, and I've watched every time, no matter who the team was. So it's cool to see. I mean,
he's got a great voice. He's acted in some good parts.
Yeah. And he's funny too. He says some funny stuff while he's on the sidelines, and
he's had a pretty crazy life too. He's lived in different areas and stuff. And his brother always plays like a psychopath in every movie. What's his name? God, I can't think. But you see him in Law and Order. He was like one of the.
Oh, that's his brother.
Yeah, I can't think of his name now. Oh, it's Shriver, but I can't
remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
But like in Law and Order, he was like brutal, like mass murderer type guy, just brutal, and he's always like a weird bad guy that's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, those guys are something else.
So I that's my good. Just and Hard Knocks are my good, not just Aaron Rodgers, not that Rodgers part, because who knows? It's the honeymoon period still, and
for sure
we'll see. But it's interesting, and I said,
these guys are throwing everything at him to make him happy.
You see a lot of stuff, and you see it's pretty cool. So. But they showed him, he was yelling at guys and saying shit. Him and Hackett got in an argument a couple times. So they were showing everything. He was taught,
maybe as a Tom Brady year, he comes back, like when.
I mean, obviously he still has the tools, I'm sure, just how you want. And he does, to be honest, besides the backs they had in Green Bay, the line was beat up last year, wasn't very good. The receivers were learning. He's in a better situation, I think. Yeah, especially with the receivers there, because Garrett Wilson's he's got Lazard, who's back to his number 2, where he should be, because they were trying to make him number 1 at the time when Christian Watson was hurt, and it just wasn't working. He's more of that. So I don't know. We'll see. I just say it was cool to watch.
Yeah, I forgot the Cobb there too.
Yeah, Cobb is there too. Yeah.
So the Packers.
I don't know.
Packers East.
I'm guessing Cobb will make the team, but I don't know how much he'll play, because you never know. He's down now. He's get that 3rd or 4th receiver. It may be perfect for him, playing 25 snaps a game and not 50.
We should keep a chair open. We could use him probably.
Yeah, look at this.
I know it's empty.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. So yeah, that was my good. Anything else? Any other things?
I've got 20 stories here.
Go ahead.
Italian patriarch crushed under a cheese wheel avalanche.
I'll be about it. It's the last thing I heard.
That was what I was gonna do.
I'm sorry.
I'm not good at it though. You're way better. I don't speak the language. You were fluent in cheese crushing Italian. Yeah, the family's grieving. So yeah, this like huge, and I guess these things are super heavy. I got to look it up now because now I'm all excited here. I forgot all about this story, but yeah, thousands of cheese wheels fell. 15,000 wheels of cheese in an avalanche, each weighing 84 pounds.
Really?
That's a lot of weight. That's there's got to be nothing left of them. Oh man, poor guy.
That's a.
His name was Chiaprini.
Oh,
yeah. Took him 12 hours to find his body under the cheese.
Yeah,
that's what it says.
Jesus Christ.
Firefighters ate 600 wheels of cheese before they. No,
I was like, what?
I put that in there.
Is this the Onion?
No, so that's a true story.
Klutch says Jets O is good, and I think their D is pretty good, but the division is really good, so it's AFC, so they won't go far. I'm still banking on.
It's hard to say.
I'm still banking on it's going to be them and the Bills.
If they can come out of that division as the leaders or something, it's a tough path.
I mean,
they're going to play Miami twice.
We'll talk more of the NFL next. We'll do the fantasy thing next week, and in a couple weeks we'll do the NFL thing, but the preview. But I mean, you look at the AFC; it's a better conference, we believe, with the Bengals and.
Oh yeah,
the Ravens should be better this year. But once again, here's what we're doing. We're going to give the Ravens more credit than the Jets. And I think the Jets are a better team than the Ravens.
Okay.
Because I think Aaron Rodgers is better than Lamar Jackson.
You think the Chiefs are going to still have it in them? There's a lot of people are still picking them as the team.
I think they do. I already know who I'm picking. Because
Mahomes said they're not a dynasty until they win a third one.
I like to bring this up because you know how I am. I don't give very much right. We know this. But I have picked the last 3 Super Bowl winners.
You have.
Okay, I picked Tampa Bay, the Rams, and I actually picked the Chiefs last year. And my bonus was Mahomes being the MVP.
Well, and you picked the Ravens back quite a few years and won all that money.
Oh yeah, that was a few years back. Yeah. So I will say this. I'm not gonna give you a sneak peek in my pick yet.
No.
But it's not none of those teams.
Ooh.
So just move on. Not
Denver, huh? Jeez.
God damn it, Ed. I said wait. No, we'll talk in a few weeks about. We're gonna do fantasy tonight, but we'll wait till next week. We have more guys. We'll do a little fantasy preview. Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead.
That stupid shit's all about a sports show. Like,
is this gonna be a
DJ Casper died?
Who's that?
The cha-cha slide at every wedding.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, long battle with cancer.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, he was did the cha-cha slide as an aerobic exercise for his nephew, who was working as a personal trainer.
Oh, nice. It is a good exercise song.
Yeah. It was sad. I saw that. It's I don't know if they're still going to play it at weddings now because it's sad.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll play at funerals now. I can't even do it.
Wow.
Sorry.
Klutch says Chiefs, Bills, Bengals, Jags, Chargers, Ravens, all better than the NFC's best team. I disagree. I'm not going to say who I think the best team is. I believe the Ravens are not as good as the team I think. I don't think the Chargers are because they're coaching. The Jags, I think, are up and coming, but after can they recover from last year? Can
they climb through all those teams?
Are they a new Chargers?
Oh yeah.
Get so far and then crap the bed when they get so far.
10-7 every year, and then.
But you know what? I do like the Jags what they're doing. I love it with Ridley there this year. I think the Jags are going to be a very good offense. Bengals, Bills, and Chiefs are the cream of the crop. I think the Bills though are running out of time.
I agree.
I think the Bills win those closing faster than people think because they've been on the cusp for 3 years now, and it's eventually got to go the other way.
They've been the team. I mean, a lot of people are picking them every year, and they're not. They're the Chargers.
Well, I'm just saying,
not, but they're a better team than that. But another story. Since we got so much time.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles player found not guilty of rape and kidnapping. Offensive lineman Josh Sills is going to return to the active roster. He's been off for like a couple of years now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he was found not guilty of rape and kidnapping. He was indicted just before the Super Bowl last year which sucks because he missed the Super Bowl. And then every game since then or whatever. So it's from a 2019 incident. And yeah, they couldn't prove that he raped and kidnapped a girl. I'm like, those are some pretty big accusations.
Yeah, if you can't prove them, then someone was lying.
Yeah, and the DA comes out and says, "Well, I still believe in the victim, but we need proof beyond a reasonable doubt." And
With
it's
all
like
the cameras in the world and everything now?
a kidnapping.
Yeah, you can't see yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty big.
Hmm.
So if you can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt, why did you bring charges? We see this in the NFL. I mean, we watched Kareem Hunt kick a chick in the face, and they didn't bring charges against him.
Yeah.
And that was on camera, and stuff. And so, but they brought charges against this guy, or who's the guy that was in Vegas hiding behind the game systems when all the shootings and all that stuff.
Oh, he was Bennett.
Yeah.
Not
Marcellus.
Not Martellus, not the tight end for
Yeah.
the Packers and Bears. It was in the Giants. It was Bennett.
Yeah.
But he
wasn't Tony Bennett either, because
No.
he just died.
Yeah. They let that go like it was no big deal. He came out and said the cops beat him up, and
Yeah, he made up a whole story.
And they had the camera of all of the cops are super nice. The cops let him go on looking up online. No, I'm this. I play NFL football. Blah blah. They actually grabbed their phones. The cops, which they shouldn't have done this. Luckily, the cops didn't get fired, or maybe they did. You should have got reprimanded because they shouldn't do this. Yeah. Oh, it is you. Okay, no, take him down to the station. He'll have an ID. No, that's not my problem. A shooting just happened. We don't know.
Yeah,
get in the car. Sorry, man. I mean,
the Las Vegas police. That's where Lombardo's from when they had that big shooting, and then they made him governor afterwards. So I mean, yeah, that whole debacle.
Klooch says Jags have a great coach, and I agree. He is a good coach.
I thought that was that bum from Ohio State.
No, he's gone. It's Doug Peterson now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug Peterson went there last year, yeah.
Good coach.
Because where'd Frank Reich end up now?
I don't know.
He went to a I thought not a very good team.
He might be one.
But he'll be fine. I mean,
he might be one of those guys that should be in
Carolina.
He might be one of those guys that should be an offensive coach or a defensive coordinator, type guy.
Yeah. No, Frank Reich will be fine.
You think he's going to be a good head coach?
Yeah, he did good. He was fine in Indy, and they just kind of gave up on him fast. It was like, oh, you're done.
Well, that team they had a lot of talent about 3 years ago, and it just never panned out, and they just keep going downhill.
And now the Jonathan Taylor thing's become a soap opera there, so it's just a mess. So who knows what's happening with
the
Colts.
A friend of the show, Benny, tried to trade me Jonathan Taylor, and I actually looked into that whole situation, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good trade.
Who do you want from you?
Diggs, wide receiver, even pay. They're pretty even. Probably not a bad trade. I mean, if I was looking at upside, I don't have enough receivers though to cover that void. So, but I was like, yeah, I could have the number one running back possibly.
Yeah,
but that's a big risk to take with how big that soap opera is. It keeps getting worse and worse too.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, they're saying he did this and he said I didn't do it. It's like a he said she said thing, and
yeah, it's not getting better.
No, it's not at all. It's not getting. It's weird. It's a weird situation. Is to come up now too at training camp. Why come up like 2 months ago or a month ago? Maybe they could have figured this out. Now you got less than 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no, 2.5 weeks to figure, or 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks to figure this out. And they probably, I don't know. It all comes down to wanting to get your money, I guess. But I don't know. It didn't start out as a money thing, did it though? For him,
I don't remember.
I can't remember. But
there's
then
been so much soap opera shit.
They said his back was messed up, and that his ankle was hurt last year, and I didn't understand the back thing, and
might have been for an extension or something.
Yeah, they had the Zoom meeting, and they all were gonna come together as a group of running backs. And the day after, Saquon Barkley says, "I'll sign for an extra." He got a little more guarantee money, but
he signed, and then the next day, Jonathan Taylor's like, "Oh, my back's sore."
Yeah,
like the other guys were saying, we'll just fake injuries.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. It's just I get it, but I don't. I mean, these guys still make a lot of money, more money than the average guy working at a factory or working at a normal job. And I mean, I guess not. Yeah, they make more than most people. So
it's hard to feel sorry for them sometimes. I mean, you understand the situation because you'd want to get paid more at your job if you thought you were worth more as well. It doesn't matter the numbers, but
yeah.
Again, you're fighting over crumbs when you're living in a mansion that's paid off and driving fancy cars, and banging Lizzo's, her backup singers and stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I
we can do that, but anyways, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Britney Spears did a naked pole dance thing.
Did she?
Yeah.
She's been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
I don't
not really newsworthy.
She's kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs now. I think.
She's still good looking for a crazy old lady.
Her eyes got like a weird look to them, almost like they're like she's had like something under her eyes. Maybe like they almost look sunken in now.
You think?
I don't know. Unless she's on something, I have no idea.
Oh, I guarantee she's on something.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you kind of feel bad.
You can see
I
that
guess.
train wreck coming. It's like,
yeah,
little Tay might outlive her.
Little Tay, she got 8 more lives. Little Tay, so she's good.
She's made an extra 12 racks.
Yeah, I don't know. whatever that means.
I don't know. Oh shit.
So let's Dan is listening and says he's got some says speaking allocations, if you want to switch it to baseball, I have some big news on Wander Franco. So what's the big news? Don't keep
let's say
we need to talk about baseball for a second. The Cubs are 3.5 out. The Brewers are in first in the division. I don't anything else for baseball you've heard in the last couple of weeks. I mean, Trout's out still.
Yeah, we're getting closer.
The Angels are going the other way after deciding to be keeping people, and now they're not playing very well.
So MLB is looking into Wander.
Allegations. It's not allocations. He meant allegations. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he spells bad.
Spell check.
Yeah.
What is it?
Wander Franco's been in close contact with the league, looking into his social media posts. I'm trying to read this thing here. No, he's got me on this.
What did he do?
Made aware of social media posts about Franco. We take the situation seriously, are in close contact. There's speculation. Jeez, more speculation. No comment. He's not in the lineup today, but it was just probably a scheduled day off.
Sunday, yeah.
So what was his social media post? Oh, wonder if he did naked pole dancing. You heard it here first on the Basement Bench Warmers.
Maybe he's the first one that said Little Tay died. Liar! Little Tay's still alive. God bless it.
Let's see here. So let me try another. I'm gonna try USA Today here. Social media. It's the same crap.
Well, my gerbil eat that stuff.
He started the game in the dugout and then left the dugout in the 5th inning.
What was the post?
I don't know.
This is intriguing.
You think it? I'm aware of the speculation, said Coach Cash, who then replaced him with a relief pitcher way too early. No,
nicely played.
It was just his day off. Franco was benched for 2 games in late June because how he responded and not being a good teammate. Yeah, it doesn't say why though. It just says there's social media posts.
Social media speculation. Yeah, there's nothing said about what he did wrong, Wander Franco.
Yeah. What do you got there? Come on, Klooch. Let us in on the information here.
I mean, I don't.
Same thing.
You look at CBS Sports. So
it's a developing story.
Due diligence. During the game, we were made aware of social media that were circulating regarding Wander Franco. Oh, I wonder if someone
is threatening him. Yeah, that's what it almost sounds like.
It's about him, the post.
That's what it says. But maybe you could also have an about the post was like, he raped me, yesterday. So I don't, you know what I mean? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, let's see. This one says troubling allegations.
Something about dating a 14-year-old.
Well, that's troubling.
Dan Klooch just put.
Yeah, it says now I got this one that says troubling allegations. So we're made aware posts. Yeah, none of them say it, so that's crazy.
Now I feel dirty. So, wait, check Twitter.
Oh man, why would you want to date a 14-year-old when you're 22? That just doesn't make sense.
It's weird.
Yeah, I don't get that. 15 maybe. No, I'm like little Tay. She's worldly. She's got all that money. She invested well. She's got real estate.
She's talented.
Maybe it is little.
And she's still alive.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe Wander Frankel's trying to kill her. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Heard it here first. Live on the bench warmers.
Little Tay attacked by Wander Franco. No, I don't know. Oh my God, that's check Twitter. I don't. There's no Twitter anymore. Now it's X.
Well, I think it's still called Twitter, but he just changed the logo. That's why people call it X. I thought isn't it still called Twitter? He just changed it to an X symbol.
Well, if those allegations are true, if it really is about a 14-year-old, that is not good at all.
No, Ed, it's not.
That's not good.
That's an F. That's an F+ for him. And
I know in my situation as a podcaster, if I was accused of that, there would be police outside my door.
Let's. I gotta look it up now. I gotta look up. I just search Wander Franco, I guess. Wander Franco. Top. Billy is Wander Franco. He's one of the best players in baseball. His defect is he's a pedophile. Well, this is a joke. I'm sorry.
Jeez, that's like that's great.
Wander Franco running like it's Dabo running onto the field. All he goes all crazy and fast. Rondo Franco running to catch his girlfriend's quinceañera after the game.
Oh, Jesus,
wow!
Christ.
Twitter's evil. Wander Franco at Chuck E. Cheese on his day off. Race fans checking to see why Wander Franco is trending, and the guy jumps in the water off a boat. So I'm guessing, obviously.
So these guys have heard about it. Yeah,
it sounds like it's right. Oh, here we go. Shocking allegations. I got a report here. So I figured it is. I figure I'm going to be within shooting distance of you. I better try to distance me where I'm. Crazy for me. Double. Also came across. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff to read.
He didn't threaten her then if she talks.
No.
This isn't the first one though. Didn't there was a Pittsburgh Pirates guy, the relief pitcher.
Oh yeah. It was what's his name?
He was banging an underage girl. That was like he was grooming her, and she was young.
Kluch said I just traded for him in my other league, so it makes sense why this will come out now.
Jeez. Now I'm glad Petey reneged on me on that trade. Remember?
Maybe Kluch should have better investigators in his fantasy world.
You got to vet these players. So I got a Ramirez, but he just punches people.
It says allegations of inappropriate relationship between Franco and a minor were made on X Twitter, leading to his becoming a Franco didn't play. You think they would have a link or tell you what it said, but nobody wants to tell you what it said. So I don't believe it till I see the actual post, but I believe it. I'm not being funny, but because it's serious. I mean, obviously it's not. A joke.
I mean we're joking around about it, because Twitter's we're joking about the Twitter jokes, obviously, but
yeah, it's not funny. So
no, that's very serious.
Yeah, and
that should be career ending if that's true.
Oh yeah,
there's no doubt.
Yeah,
no question. He'll pay it off, and you'll never hear from her again. I'm guessing because that's what they do in these situations because they can afford that.
And why are you dating a 14-year-old?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, she's so mature. If you're, you had a how old's your daughter? 15, 16?
Gonna be 16.
Yeah,
in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah, and you couldn't see her dating Wander Franco.
No, I'd punch him.
Yeah, well,
probably,
for one thing,
he probably whooped me. But
that's the situation. How are these guys in that relief pitcher too? And I can't think of who it is.
Well, it wasn't the guy that we were taunting the one time.
It was the
nice guy too. He was laughing and having a good time, but he probably thought I was 16. That's why. Because I look young. Maybe he thought you were like 14 because you look younger than I do. So, still not funny, but I don't know. What was his name? Because he didn't.
I'm getting there.
Didn't he pitch for
Felipe Vasquez?
Yes. That's who it was.
So let's see what his thing here. This is working out pretty good. We didn't have much to talk about. Now we got we're
breaking stories.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
We that's why we played all those Twitter things.
Yeah.
So Felipe Vasquez. This is a couple years ago. Was 2 years behind bars for statutory sexual assault, child pornography involving a 13-year-old.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He was 30. 2 to 4 years. and he's already served 2 years in jail. Will be eligible parole, so he might already be out. This is from a year ago, exactly, or no, 2 years ago. So he's already out.
He's out,
Obviously.
but he went to jail. Obviously,
yeah, he went to jail for 2 years.
And now, not to make this
former All-Star.
We do talk sports, so that's a big hit to the Rays.
It's a huge hit.
I mean,
they do have
because he if they're going to he's going to be out for a few weeks no matter what here.
Oh yeah,
until they figure this out, because they're not going to let him come back now.
I don't see him coming back at all. I mean, this year, if that's anything real, if they're actually looking into it, he should be done for the year.
And you know what?
I mean,
if he is doing this,
Trevor Bauer is still blackballed from baseball,
and he
for having rough sex with a girl that wanted rough sex.
But
it looks bad.
Yeah.
But this guy had sex possibly with a 14-year-old girl.
And the sad thing is, you can't tell me not one guy on the team knew this was going on and saw this. Like, she was hidden away somewhere. I mean, maybe, I guess I shouldn't say that. She could have been. Like, nobody could know about it.
And I mean, obviously, I think Wander Franco's from the Dominican Republic.
Yes.
And the culture there is a little
So
different.
how old is he? 22?
He's 22.
He could be 27 for all we know.
That's a good point. He might be her dad.
Maybe she's from there. Maybe she's 19.
We don't know where she's from. I'm guessing she's from here.
Yeah.
She'd have to be.
14, though. That's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it much more. It's gross.
So let's talk about the NFL a little bit. Yesterday, Jordan Love and Justin Fields played their first game of the season, or played their first minutes of the season. Minutes? Would that be the right? It's basketball. Snaps. First snaps of the season.
Played first half.
Both had decent games. But I'm going to say this to both Packer and Bear fans: buyer beware of numbers and all this. Just a reminder, Mitch Trubisky's first game preseason ever, 18 for 25, 170 and a touchdown, no interceptions. So just remember that. I mean, this is preseason.
He went to Pro Bowl that year.
It was his second year, I think he went. Not his first. Oh, maybe it was his rookie year. No, he didn't play it.
It was his second year.
It was second year.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say, I mean, for me personally, I did like what I saw from DJ Moore. I mean, catch the ball and runs for 60 yards first play.
Yeah.
Once again, you're playing against backups and second stringers, ice teams. It
doesn't matter. You still got to make those plays.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, both games, it is what it is. It's preseason. I don't buy into any of it. I like what I see Bears and Packer fans going back and forth and fighting about.
Oh, you love when our running back had 116 yards. Yeah, he's probably not going to make the team.
Yeah, it doesn't matter right now.
He's lucky if he makes. Well, did you see that good story, that kid that from Nigeria that got the sack last night?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what team was that?
Oh,
his name was like Obungakwo.
Last night's game was
the Rams.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Rams and Chargers, maybe?
It may have been.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I was drinking in a garage. We had a TV. We should have probably turned on and watched this. Well, he's from like some path to the NFL's got some program in Africa.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. Yeah,
there's like 6 or 7
different countries. They do.
The Bears got a guy too.
Okay.
So he's never played a first game.
Nice.
I mean, good for him. Obviously, he probably doesn't know if he tried to run the ball against him. He's probably running around like a maniac, not knowing where to be. Or
I did, not to change something. I did see something though about Detroit, because I'm supposed to stick in the NFC North. Wish Willie was here. Pump a little bit. So someone wrote this. It was a reporter, and his takeaways, and I think it was a national reporter. I can't remember. National. So I'm guessing more unbiased would be the word I use there, if he's national.
Oh,
not
yeah,
picking a side.
because like Fox News and MSNBC, they're national.
Yes.
They're unbiased.
Perfect. That's what it says in one of the things. Unbiased and
yeah.
Okay. So this guy said he was at the Lions Giants game or workouts or whatever it was, and he said the things he noticed was the duo of Montgomery and the kid they drafted. I can't remember his name. The Lions is better than Jameis. Is better than Williams and Swift from last year.
Oh,
that's that.
And that was a pretty good running back.
That surprised me. So I will. That's nice. Hutchinson is on another level. His motor doesn't stop. And the guy that the Giants picked last year, Thibodeau was his name. The guy from Oregon.
Yep, it's Thibodeau.
He says his intensity does not match. Hutchinson's not even close.
I would say probably Hutchinson's going to come out. He's going to have a huge year if he doesn't.
I think Hutchinson might be defensive player of the year.
Yeah,
There's an outside chance.
He's got the same thing like the Bosa type
yes,
thing.
he is the guy.
I mean, Aaron Donald's always there, and that
Aaron Donald's going to be in the conversation because Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
he's almost like that.
Yeah, but those guys have
right.
that tenacity where
could Hutchinson break the sack record
for sure.
And
why not?
That defense, they got that other kid on the front line. They draft that kid.
Well, you're going to sack Fields probably a couple times in a game because he runs,
and they got better cornerbacks this year.
Yep.
So they're going to be able to cover a little longer.
Yeah, they were counting on Okuda to do all their stuff last year. Yeah, and how that worked out.
But I think
no, and he's in a division where he's going to play the Bears twice with a running quarterback he's going to get sacked.
Yeah.
The Packers got a quarterback that has never been on the field.
Yeah.
And the offensive line right now is suspect.
Dan Kluch says Hutchinson's going to have a sophomore slump. He
gets on here just to be the antithesis of whatever we say.
Yeah.
He's what do they call that?
Stupid.
He's
he's
a very strange boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's a very strange young man.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
He said Detroit will not make the playoffs this year.
It's possible. I was listening to a Milwaukee station because that's where the way I'm driving. I drive north, and they actually had like a sports guy on there, and he's like, "Well, what's the division records? Who do they think is going to pick last place?" And he's like, "Well, Detroit for sure." And they're like, "No." He's like, "Well, who could it be other than Detroit?" I'm like, "Have you not been watching football the last couple of years?"
Yeah.
And they're like, the Packers and the Bears have the lowest record. Then the Vikings,
Minnesota could be down because their defense.
Yeah, and then it's Minnesota, and then the Lions. And he's like, "How's that possible?"
Who was this?
I can't remember, but it was on one of these sports. Was it 97.3? Is that on sports thing now?
Yeah, it's the Fan or something.
The Fan.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, because KB's on there, and
it's,
the Z guy. I can't think of his name.
Zabin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Zabin. Yeah. My fault.
Yeah.
Zabin. Yeah, but it wasn't those guys. It was somebody else. It was like a show in between theirs or whatever. And I was like, holy crap. Our podcast is way more up to date than this guy's on a goddamn sports radio talk show.
So he says Detroit will not make the playoffs this year. You heard it first. That's what
it's possible. I mean,
Dan Kluch said, and I just got a response from Dan Campbell.
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
So that's what he said to him.
Well, Kluch better watch his stuff. The
kneecaps on his ass. Jeez.
Yeah, he's an old man now. Campbell might beat his ass.
Campbell's a pretty big dude. I don't think I mess with that dude.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so we'll talk more about the
Gibbs, Jamar Gibbs.
Oh yeah, Gibbs. Yeah, so Gibbs and Montgomery. Yeah,
is that say it right? Jamer. Yeah. He's. I mean, there's going to be some popular picks of rookie running backs this year in fantasy.
Yeah,
especially we got a rookie draft coming up in a week or so. I mean, Gibbs is obviously going to go real high. The Bears guy is going to go pretty high, I'm going to guess, even though he might not be up there right away.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll get taken.
I mean, doesn't Pittsburgh have a new young running back too?
I got Najee Harris still, so.
But they got a new guy coming in.
Kid from Atlanta's going.
Atlanta's going to go.
He's going number one. I have inside information on that.
Yeah, who's got the first pick?
Me.
Yeah,
I have inside information on that.
Yeah, and
if he stays healthy, if he's not hurt by.
I mean, there's a lot of young running backs. It goes back to this whole running back.
My luck
thing,
is I'm gonna take that dude. He'll get hurt 2 days later.
Well, then what are you gonna do?
I get to cut him though. That's the new rule.
Yeah,
so I can cut him and have more money for the draft.
Tampa's got a young running back. Who else does? There's another one too. Well, even Carolina, even though they got Miles Sanders, they brought in a young running back too.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm keeping up on my stuff.
Yeah, we'll like I said, rookie drafts a week from this Tuesday. So
okay,
so cool. Football's here, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
I enjoy football.
I know that's
fantasy.
Like your thing.
I enjoy fantasy. So
yeah, so's my wife. She just never. Her fantasy is having sex with this guy that's really interested, and my fantasy is to check my team.
Kluch said he drank with you today. That's probably why he's talking like this.
Yeah, he drank a little too much again. I think he's you gotta watch out with that guy.
Yeah,
he was telling me stories about him and naked men in bathrooms. So I'm not going to repeat him here, but he was not the naked guy,
and he paid for the naked guy to be there. It's weird. No, I'm just kidding.
And of course, it was at a Packer game.
Yeah, well,
so
surprise!
Oh, look at there's naked men in Kluch at a Packer game.
Was there a hot tub involved?
Oh, that'd be sweet. Klutch, I don't want to talk him up too much. He's still a good-looking man, so I mean, he can get the naked guys.
Dan Klutch?
Yeah, same. That's the only one I know.
Hmm.
Is that the guy you're talking about?
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna go at good looking, I guess.
Haha.
Uh-huh.
See, he's still drunk.
Yeah. Good. Okay. That's
perfect. That's perfect.
So okay. So anything else you got on there? Any other musings or writings?
Nah, not that I can remember. I know Ohtani hit a home run today. He's been in a slump.
Yeah,
he's been in a slump for a while. Actually works for that. Yeah, I mean, baseball's still a ways out. I don't get too excited until September.
How about the surprising report that came out this week that the White Sox have a poor clubhouse culture?
No shit.
Huh? What? We broke that story like 3 months ago. We did. If you can't see that with the product on the field, how good you are. I mean,
I picture Doc Brown running around. What? 1.1 gigawatts.
Fourth place in the Central.
Oh my God!
We're supposed to be in the World Series.
Well, we were told it was Tony La Russa was the problem a couple years ago.
Yes, we were. Then they throw a guy we can have Bernie style in there that's just standing up in the corner, and I mean they don't bring anybody in. They could have brought AJ Hinch in. They didn't think that was a good idea. Not that he's like the world up in
I don't
in
get
Detroit.
what is
still
the anti AJ Hinch thing?
I don't know. Well, he was the only cheater in the whole group.
Yeah, him and Cora.
Yeah, Cora was in trouble. None of the players got in trouble, just the coaches, which. They all should have been spending. If P. Rose can't be in the Hall of Fame, how come it was okay for these guys to cheat for a year and nobody take anything but slaps on the wrist and people boo you now? Big deal.
The salt in the wound is Dusty Baker replaced him
and wins the World Series.
Yeah, did he really? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he needed
with his black rubber gloves he wore the whole year. I didn't get that at all. Was he
a weirdo?
I thought he was a corner man for Rocky the whole year.
Yeah, Rock, get in there.
Cut me, Dust. Cut me. What the? Jesus Christ. I was like, looking at him, I go, what is he wearing gloves for? I mean, he's not wearing a mask, so it's not maybe his germs, but he's not wearing a mask. Or what's he? I don't get it. Unless he's got, I shouldn't speak out of turn because maybe he's got something. He
could have some
dermatitis. Where he's got to wear some lotion all the time.
You heard it here first. He has dermatitis.
You heard it here first. He's got something. He's got something.
God, we are breaking. We don't need these guys. Flash.
What would they say? What would they say? Newsflash, Berlin.
Dusty Baker's got gloves on, and he's not hiding long nails. Newsflash, Wander Franco at the park. I can't do it. Newsflash, Britney Spears on a pole. I can only go so long with this.
Me too. I'm running out of breath doing.
Oh shit, that was pretty good.
It was pretty awesome.
We should do this every week.
Yeah.
Newsflash, these guys are like, what the hell's that?
I start making the noise. You just start saying stuff.
Ed and Scott are giggling like crazy. We don't know what's going on.
Oh, you at the Bourbon Show? We're just high on life.
Yeah, I did have a few beers with Klutch.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
Yeah, beer depresses you. I don't know. Maybe it was him.
But he's a good-looking man.
Yeah, we found that out.
Yeah.
He'll tell you, too.
Yeah. How's Benny doing? I didn't get to see Benny today. I guess, how's Benny doing? Good?
Great, yeah.
Good. I saw him when I see him last. Where were we? We saw him together, I thought. Oh, the picnic. Duh.
Oh, the picnic,
He
yeah.
came for the picnic. So, okay.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good man, Charlie Brown.
Friend of the show.
Yes, he is. So, anything else, Ed?
I don't know. I think we've ran out of good ideas here.
Yeah,
because we can't. It's hard. I can't do Ed's Jeopardy.
We got to hold that off because
you can't play by yourself. It's kind of weird.
Oh, have to say happy birthday to my dad.
Oh yeah, it was his birthday today.
Today it is. Yes, he is 74, I believe. 49. 23, 74. He's 74 today, so yes.
Yeah, next year's the big one.
75, yeah. He's going to be, maybe throw a little shindig for him.
Yeah, we should do it like in Mexico.
Yeah.
Come on, Armando. We're going to Mexico for your birthday.
We're going to get you a donkey and some cocaine.
People like, Oh, reminds me of Vietnam. Except without the donkey. Oh, yeah. That's great.
So yeah, my dad's birthday was today, so happy birthday to Armando. Can't think of anything else that I had to say.
I mean, Bill Cosby got more lawsuits against him.
No more putting pots for Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
We talked a little about the Bears and Packers. Not much is preseason. And we talked a little about the Cubs and Brewers.
Yeah, Brewers got Woodruff back, and he's pitched well in both games back. That's good for them.
Yeah.
And Burns has been way underperforming for. I mean, his underperforming is still really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we talked about, both teams I think will be around to the end. I hope make it interesting, or at least to the end of the.
Yeah, and neither of those teams is I
don't think they're World Series. I don't think they're World Series teams. I think the Brewers,
they don't have the offense.
The Brewers pitching is good, but it's not as good as it was the last couple of years.
No.
It's not even close. They're back.
Peralta's pitched well this year too.
Their bullpen's better than the Cubs, I think. Although Alazale has been pitching well the last few weeks, so that's a huge bright spot for a team who never. And they weren't going to get themselves a closer this year anyway.
Right.
But it's a good future thing for them to
have
that.
It was supposed to be Cody Hewer, and he's been injured for years now since they picked him up.
Yeah. Yeah. And like we talked about, I think this was in a chat, and I think we talked about last show, is that the question was, do you think the Cubs are, I think Glenn asked it of us, do you think the Cubs are, they're great because of this? And no, the answer was no, but it's a reset of it.
It's a good story.
The organization has to think differently now.
Yeah.
They're not going next year. Well, we're gonna keep adding pieces and hope to be better in 2 years. No, next year they could be better.
Yeah.
They could be an extra contender next year if this team, because they're young.
Yeah, and Hendricks has actually pitched pretty well.
Yeah, he's fine.
It's a number 4 guy.
Yeah, he's up and down, but if he's your fourth starter. Yeah. Stroman comes back. Here's the big thing. Stroman's come back. He's gonna come back this week, I think.
I think so.
Let's see how he pitches, because if he doesn't get back to that, he doesn't have to be Jake Arrieta from 2015 or 16.
Nobody's ever going to be that.
No, he doesn't have to
Dwight
be that.
Gooden.
No, he has to be solid. He has to be Hendricks back from then. That's it.
And Steele's pitched very well.
Yeah. He's had
Where did he come from? Because they always talk about the Cubs never produced pitching, never produced.
I think he came from the Cubs.
Well, he did, but they never really pumped him up, and he's been great ever since he's been up.
Yeah.
No, I don't see the Pirates either. They bring in tons of talent. They traded Glass now. They traded Cole. They traded. I mean, you can go right down the line. I mean, some of these guys they traded.
I do agree with the Reds, though. I think the Reds can be, if they change. They have to change their thinking, though, a little bit, like you said.
They've talent.
The Reds lose Votto and Moustakas' salary next year.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
The money to spend go along both with their young talent, which
and they're gonna they've got some really good young pitchers still coming up too. And Hunter Green's been out. He's Hunter Green's actually coming back pretty soon.
He's
I
coming
believe
back this week or next week.
And honestly, that might have been planned, kind of to a point, because he can't throw that many innings at this young, early in his career.
And you know what? They're still playing above water, so it works.
I think they're in a situation they didn't expect, similar to the Cubs.
He said Green and Lodolo.
Yeah, Lodolo comes back too. That's correct.
I have Green. I'm a fan of Hunter Green. His control got better this year. When I picked him up this year, I was like, let's see what happens.
And he was drafted so high. I mean, there was like, he throws 101 every pitch, and then you see him in the minors, like, Jesus, he's horrible. I mean, he hit the fucking bull. Guy gets a steak. And then they get these guys straightened out. I mean, like the Cubs got the same thing. They got that pitching college or whatever they call it. I don't even know what they call it.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like the pitching camp or pitching college.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
They get these guys straightened out. They bring them in, and not every guy. It doesn't work for every guy, but obviously,
I think that
they actually put a lot of time and money into these guys.
I agree. They're those teams all have a chance to be good in the next few years.
Not the Pirates.
Yeah, the Pirates are gonna be tough. The Cardinals, I don't know about them either. They
blew their wad last year with all that money they spent, and
now they got Arenado and what's the name of the corners still?
Goldschmidt.
Yeah, Goldschmidt.
But their outfield, it was going to be, their big outfield last year was Carlson and O'Neill and who's the other guy they had? And those guys everybody had a down year this year. Last year, everybody had an up year. DeJong and all
and they
those
pitched
guys.
out of their heads too a little bit too.
Yep. Flaherty's been, not great. And
he's been up and down.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Klutch brings Abbott and Williamson. Must be
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Then they sign a stud, he said.
Yeah.
But what stud they're going to sign? The stud is going to.
They're going to have to trade for like a Glasnow type guy. I'm not saying Glasnow.
But I know what you mean.
But a Glasnow that's got 2 years left on his contract with the Pirates or one of those type of teams or Oakland. And then he comes in and takes that next step.
Oh, Flaherty got traded to Baltimore. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
but he was struggling before. When he was at St. Louis, he was up and down. He had more. He had a lot.
Wainwright had a great year last year.
Yeah, and he's terrible this year.
I mean,
he is 41.
Yeah, he's probably done. You know.
Yeah.
And I've seen him pitch live. I bet probably 6 or 7 times, and he's been awesome every time.
Flaherty's young too. I think he's only 27, 28, right?
So, probably somewhere in
there.
So
surprised a team like they would give up on him that.
Guys,
because he is a pitcher. Obviously,
they try to sell high. What they do too is they try to sell high and
get pieces back.
Yeah,
which
they don't
sense.
have the money to spend.
And they looked in the mirror and go, "We ain't winning nothing this year. We got to cut guys." And I wonder if they.
Jordan Hicks, they traded to who? Did they trade him to? Toronto,
Texas. I thought
or Texas. Where did he trade? Toronto.
Toronto. Okay.
The Cubs killed him last night.
Oh yeah. The thing about that too is with I'm surprised. And obviously we don't know, but I'm surprised they didn't try moving Arenado or Goldschmidt at the same time. One of them.
Yeah.
Because someone would have took Arenado or Goldschmidt. I'm sure for a run. I don't know how many years left they have the contracts. I guess they got a couple years left each. Because Arenado just got signed a new one last year.
Yep.
Because he got opted out and he stayed in the game like a 4 or 5 year deal. And Goldschmidt's still in a deal. He got traded to them, correct? Goldschmidt, he didn't sign there. He traded there.
Yeah. I think
so. Maybe he is almost out of his contract. Maybe then
I'm not sure with Goldschmidt.
And they're both in their 30s.
Oh yeah,
32, 33-ish.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I that's one team that we say this all the time. One team you can count out. This year you can for sure. They're not but next year who knows? They'll come back and they'll be the Cardinals, like the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
always hanging around.
O'Neill all of a sudden remember how to hit, and they'll pull some guys out of the minors. And
what do you think? The Brewers are a team that's going to be. I don't know what's going to.
They got to make some decisions real quick.
Yeah, they're
because Woodruff and Burns are. I think Burns is going to be gone after this year.
Okay.
Remember, he had that whole contract thing. They didn't want to re-sign him. And it's like, geez, just give him the goddamn money.
They want to pay him actually like $100,000.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I know. And it's like
one
of the best players in baseball.
And the rumor was they actually said to him straight out, you're the reason that we didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
What? That's ballsy by a team.
And Peralta might be in the same. They might be losing all their pitchers here quick.
The thing is, that's ballsy by a team that has no bargaining power. The Brewers have no bargaining power at all because just who they are.
Oh, come to beautiful Milwaukee.
It's no offense, but it's just how it is. There's no bargaining power at all involved with Milwaukee because they're not going to pay you a ton of money. You're better off going to the big cities, New York,
LA, for money. And
it's not like
a lot
the NBA
of those guys like the big city, and Milwaukee's not the big city.
It's not like the NBA where Giannis can stay there forever and make $500 million because they're not going to. That's not the NBA's. They're structured different.
No,
NFL. Green Bay can pay people. It's structured different.
Yeah.
Baseball is not like that. And you have the money you can spend, but then they're not going to ever pay a luxury tax in Milwaukee. Never.
I concur. And they're not even close.
No.
They're not even going to sniff that
and I think that's the one thing we talked about. Baseball needs to change that rule. They need to spend at least 90% of the money they're allotted every year. Because that would make baseball a lot, I think, more competitive.
It would bring here's what it would bring the floor up.
Yeah.
Instead,
Klutz said Brewers need to do something this year because those other teams are on the up and they're not. And they said they screwed they have to Burns, so he'll be gone, which we agree with. I mean, you can't do that.
No.
I mean, it's different. Just take care, good. Yeah, we're gonna, but you can't just come straight. Well, the reason I'm not going to pay you is because you suck.
Yeah, I can't even believe that because
if it's true, and I think it is.
I mean, this guy's in the Cy Young voting, every year, last few years here.
Yeah,
he's right up.
He's
there.
raising you to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I would have probably said, well, maybe you want you guys have a better front office and build a lineup that can hit the ball, so we don't got to hold when I give up 2 runs and I lose. That's awesome.
Yeah, and they had a you got a 2-time MVP. Did Yelich won 2 years, didn't he, or just one? He should have probably won that other year.
He beat out Baez that one year, and he beat out Baez had it won.
Yeah.
In the last 2 weeks of the season or 3 weeks,
yeah.
Yelich went on a tear, and Baez didn't change anything.
Yeah.
It's just Yelich overplay, and he should have won it.
Keep the core together.
Yeah, keep that core together.
Yeah, so Yelich, I mean, then they picked up Adames, which was a great trade.
Yeah, but he'll be the first one they trade.
That's what they're already talking about.
Yeah, they'll trade him, and he's their best player.
I don't
offense. I think he is.
I do too.
Or one of their best. It's hard to.
I mean, they got a couple of young guys coming up now that are, we'll see how they are. But yeah,
Major league
Adames
level
is their guy.
Yeah, he can go in. Yeah,
we talked about this with Pfeiffer early. Remember when he called in last? Before spring when we were talking spring training.
Yeah,
and he agreed. Adames is the only guy that would be like untouchable. And now that's who they're talking about trading. They're gonna get rid of him and Burns.
Yep,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And now they want a new stadium. It's like you're going to trade away your top talent.
Well, and how good is the scouting for some of these teams too? Because obviously they don't want to spend money, but they traded away the kid that is playing short for the Braves right now. That's hitting the shit of the ball. Arcia.
Arcia. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he's had a solid year.
He's been over 300 or right around 300. He's
down now, but yeah, he was.
He's playing short in place of Swanson.
Yep,
and it worked. I mean. It's like they get. We're gonna get and getting Klutz did.
And then they just traded away Urias, and it's like, why?
He mentioned Adames was a steal, and it's true, and Contreras was too. That was a good pickup by them.
Well, and so was Yelich was a steal.
Yeah,
they got him for garbage.
Well, it was, and this year he's actually playing better for his money. But the last couple of years have been terrible for them.
But the initial trade,
oh my god,
they stole him.
Yeah.
They might as well went in there with ski masks and handguns.
Yeah,
because they gave up nothing to get him.
Arceus is just a guy, nothing special.
Yeah, he's doing all right with the Braves. He'll have another ring after this year.
Here's the thing here's what the difference between them though. Right now, the Braves lineup makes you better.
Yeah, well, for sure. They got right now. Matt Olson's an MVP candidate.
Acuna,
not
Acuna.
Acuna is going to get the MVP, and Matt Olson might finish second.
Yeah. So you're playing in your lineups. The Brewers have nobody like that in their lineup at all. And Adames, to be honest, he. In that lineup, he'd be just a guy in that lineup, right?
Why aren't they going out? I know because they don't want to spend the money but why aren't they going out and trying to get the Soto guy? The trade for that type of guy.
Yeah, I mean,
the Padres just traded for him. Mm-hmm. You think they had enough talent to trade for him for sure?
Yeah, that's the guy. Is he a free agent next year, Soto?
I think it's 2 years.
Because that's kind of
they hit up CJ Abrams from the Padres. He is tearing it up. He might be one of the next top 7 or 8 shortstops now. He's got 30 stolen bases, 15, 20 home runs.
Who's got him in our league?
In our other, I don't know.
Dynasty.
I don't know. Oh, in our league, we've got him.
I know we have him in our, but I know. Yeah, I know we.
Dalla.
Yeah, we might keep him.
Yeah, he's tearing it up. He's a top shortstop right now.
Yeah.
When a lot of these guys like the Xander Bogaerts, the Trevor Stories, these guys are on their way. Seems like out.
Yeah.
I don't know how Machado's doing this year. I'm guessing he's doing good.
He was down. I think he's down a little bit. That whole lineup's down.
Yeah, I mean, Dansby's been solid.
Dansby's had a good.
Trey Turner's way down this year.
Yeah.
He's been. I mean, there's
out of all those guys, Dansby Swanson is having.
Yes.
I wouldn't say. Well, yeah. I mean,
he's up there.
Devers was one of the guys too last year.
He's a third baseman,
but he was one of the big guys. They were talking about him. Trey Turner's been getting booed.
Oh yeah, he started. He's just coming around the last 2 weeks here. He's really hit, but his number should be way higher in every category.
Yeah, it's just, and Swanson was good for the price they got. That's a
And
great
here's the
pickup.
thing: they're both free agents right now. Would you have thought when the Cubs got Swanson and the Phillies got Turner that Turner was going to be getting booed, and Swanson's like already accepted as a local
Yeah.
Chicagoan?
Well,
pretty much.
Swanson's playing just like he always has.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything above.
I think he's
nothing.
He's not striking out as much.
Yeah.
He's
a little more power.
Yeah, he's been solid.
Playing a good shortstop, which is.
And Turner, I think, is pressing so hard because he just got that big contract and he wants to prove it. And he's played on some big teams and it ain't happening. Man.
That's a big part of their poor season too, Philly.
Yeah, if he picks it up, I mean, obviously they're already. I think they got the number 1 wild card spot right now.
But
if he picks it up, it's going to help. A lot of these guys' games. Schwarber's batting behind him.
Makes the lineup better. Schwarber's having a bad year. He's
now
homers, but his average is like 170 or 180.
Yeah, it's like my average would be higher than that right now.
Yeah, it's
sick.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird how baseball's a fickle sport, man.
I mean, he's got 30 home runs. That means he's getting like 1 single for every 2 home runs or something. It's something crazy.
You think with the no shift, he would have been killing it.
So yeah, how many hits do you need? In 500 at bats, you got to get 100 hits to hit 200.
Yeah.
And he's not even close to that pace to get 100 hits. And he's already got 30 home runs.
So he's probably got 50 hits. Right?
Yeah, he's probably had like 70 hits. Maybe
70.
Yeah, maybe had like twice as many.
Yeah, because so 70. Yeah,
I don't know. I should look it up because
maybe double amount of hits as home runs.
It's brutal.
So 30-30 maybe.
I don't know, but it's brutal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he's putting up some pretty good numbers. He scores a lot of runs. He drives in runs, but man, some of his stats: 79 hits, 30 are home runs.
Jesus.
But he's got 70 runs and 73 RBIs too.
Yeah, so he's producing.
I mean,
80 and his on base is pretty good too.
88 walks. So that's pretty high.
What's his on
He's got
base?
He's got more walks than hits.
What's his on base? Because his on base.
His still base is 326 and he's only hitting 182.
See, that's one thing. He's always got on base.
Yeah.
He's always been a guy that gets on base. Doesn't strike out a ton.
He's struggling though.
How many strikeouts does he have? Is it
almost 160, 154?
Mm.
So he's on pace. He's going to hit 200 this year probably.
And that's probably high for him.
Yeah,
I would guess because he's not a big strikeout guy. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. He's still putting up better numbers than Trey Turner. It's like on a scoring system like we use for fantasy.
Home runs
and just runs and everything and stolen bases. He's putting up way better numbers.
The thing about Trey Turner though, not getting on, he steals bases. The problem with Trey Turner not getting on base, he's not producing anything. You got him to get on base and move, or you know what I mean. He's not even doing that.
His on base is 303.
Trey Turner,
even lower than
what's his
Schwarber's
average?
252.
Wow, that's terrible. He's got a lot of strikeouts.
12 homers, 22 stolen bases. That's it. I know in fantasy he's been on our bench the whole year.
And he was a 30-30 guy.
Yeah, what do you
Wasn't
do?
he?
Yeah, he's up there. I mean,
well, he's got 22 stolen bases. So he had to be a 33 guy in the past.
No, just short. 21-27 last year, 28-32.
Okay.
So he's close.
Yeah.
But he's had as many as 46 stolen bases. Oh, he's struggling.
Well, there's no pressure. It's easy.
Yeah, then that team might be one of the ones. I mean, if they can beat the Braves, I mean, they can go to World Series again. That team can win it.
Yeah,
that Phillies team's pretty good.
Yeah, they just had to start out crappy, but they got back.
I mean, they got Wheeler. He can carry you.
Yeah,
they got a couple good pitchers. So, yeah, boring baseball.
So, anything else?
I heard Gavin Lux is already running.
Oh, good.
So ahead of schedule, feeling good. Got some inside info.
I'd like to congratulate Lane Oaks. He got the job at Indian Trail for the head baseball coach or the manager. What do they call him? Coach, manager in high school. So congratulations to him. I believe he played with Gavin Lux. So yeah, congratulations to him for getting that job. Nice guy, nice kid. Seemed pretty excited about the chance to do it. So talked to him at the Blade. So good for him. Congratulations to Lane Oaks. And
he loses that first game, we're gonna tear him a new one.
Oh, he's gonna be on the
bench warmers hot seat.
I agree right away. He's got to win all his games.
Yeah. If he loses one game in coaching high school baseball, he's done on this show.
Yeah, we're done. We'll tear him up.
Jeff Jankowski says hello.
Hey Jeff.
Hey Jeff, how are you?
Haven't heard from him in a while.
Yep. He must have been. I don't know. He must have been cutting grass or something.
He said fellas. I can barely read it, but yeah.
Hey, fellas. I don't know. Is that what it sounds like? Hello, fellas. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't translate. We need AI for that'd be awesome. AI on the screen, so every time it'd be like Jeff Jankowski says, "Hello, fellas." we could do the Backstreet Boys voice on those guys,
or like Tim's turn right,
yes,
turn left. I had that in the car all the way to Kansas City.
No,
I'm changing my ways to that.
No, absolutely.
Turn right, turn left.
8 hours.
8 hours of boy band ways. Boom. I'm gonna actually do what I'm gonna do is go in and record. You can record in ways. You can record yourself saying all the words, and then it makes it into the.
That'd be great.
Yes, so it'd be me talking when we're driving.
Well, that's kind of like these AI things.
Well,
with
AI
like
now
Frank
you probably
Sinatra.
gotta say a few sentences. It probably figures it out now.
It does. They're and then they do what there's a couple different programs you use. I've been watching how they do it. It's pretty interesting. So they'll take, you got to have so many words. I seen a lot of John Lennon stuff. So they were taking like his voice off of like demos where it's just his voice or stuff. And then they're, what would he say? And that, and then obviously they're typing in the words and it comes out pretty good sometimes. It's pretty impressive. Supposedly a new Beatles song's coming out with John Lennon's voice.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's going to be out in like a month or so. They said it's going to be the last Beatles song. I was like, I thought that was.
So are they all dead but Paul McCartney?
Ringo's still alive.
So George Harrison and obviously John Lennon.
Yeah, John Lennon got shot in the head and Harrison got stabbed, and I don't think he did well after that.
Did he get cancer though?
I think he did, but he was stabbed too, right?
He got stabbed, really?
Yeah, he got attacked in his house.
Jesus. By who?
I don't know, some lunatic.
Oh, I thought somebody, not somebody new.
No. So yeah, I've been to Strawberry Fields though, where John Lennon was shot when I was in New York City.
Oh, okay.
It's right out. He's right on Central Park.
Okay.
So pretty interesting.
Well, Central Park, they're making into a tent.
A tent community,
possibly.
Yeah, that's nice.
That'll help tourism because it's going great right now in New York.
I wouldn't go there right now. No. I think was Rick there just the other day?
I don't know if he went to New York City though. Well, he went to the Mets Yankees game, but I don't know if he. Well, maybe
he would have to.
Yeah, I thought maybe we were going to see a Broadway
He went
show.
to Yankee.
He went to no Mets. I'm sorry, Mets game he went to.
Okay.
And I thought he were going to see a Broadway show possibly. I don't know if they did that.
Citi Field's got good food.
Yeah, he went to City, Philly, Toronto, and Boston. So good little road trip. That was a nice road trip.
Great in Cooperstown.
Yeah, Cooperstown he stopped in, and I think he saw the Cubs play two out of the games
in Toronto,
in the Mets and Toronto.
Oh, nice.
So it's cool. He caught them both, and then I'm not sure he saw play the Boston game. Maybe it's Boston and then the Phillies.
I'm going to be over in Michigan at the end of this week. I'm going to catch a Cubs game, South Bend Cubs.
Oh, nice. What are you going there for?
Oh, just to get out of the work.
Oh, nice.
Don't want to be at work anymore. I'm done.
Yeah.
My summer's done. I want to be done with it. Yeah. So yeah, I want to catch one Cubs game over there. So that would be. It used to be the Lansing Lugnuts. Now it's South Bend Cubs. And
you're going to Lansing to see them?
No, we're going to see them in, I think, West Michigan.
Okay.
So where's that?
Who's going?
That's
Grand
Grand Rapids, I believe.
Just you two going?
Yeah.
Just like a little.
Yeah, we're just going to take a run up the coast and see some of the stuff there. See
that's cool.
All the dunes and
dunes are
lighthouses cool. And
Manistee.
I don't think we'll make it up that far. Okay. We'll get to Grand Haven, maybe a little north of there.
Nice.
So,
how far are you going to be from all the breweries?
That's right. I think that's Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be there one night.
Is it Grand Rapids?
Oh, let me look. I don't know.
But that's where Bell's is and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and some Eric said, you text Eric. He said one of those places has really good food. He went there after a soccer game.
It's Grand Rapids. So yeah, I'll be in Grand Rapids on the north.
At least get dinner or something. Check out the food. He said that Bell's, I think he went to, had pretty good food. Could ask him, but he's not here.
There's a whole bunch of them there.
Yeah, they're all over there. That's where we should. If we go to Lion Game, we got to go there first and then go over to
Founders. Is there?
Oh yeah, yep. Founders, yep. Well, maybe he went to Founders because they said they had the stout on tap.
Yeah, I'm not drinking on that.
Oof, that stuff's strong.
Can I just have a shot glass of that?
Yeah, but Founders, maybe he said it. I don't know. I asked him. He was there a few weeks ago. He was between soccer games. He was out. That's how far he was for soccer. He ran over there. So.
Yeah, so we'll be like in Saugatuck, Holland, Grand Haven, Muskegon. I think that's as far north. I don't think we'll make it all the way up to Lake Liddington.
It's only a few.
We'll see. We're only going for a couple days.
Yeah. Leave early, beat that traffic.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
It's like 5 a.m.
Oh, at least. Yeah, maybe. Of times, but never like just spend some time on
I've
the.
been the Manistee one time.
Yeah,
it's a cool little area. I mean, on the lake, the dune. We went to the dunes and stuff. It was cool.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Different. Yeah.
I mean, if I want to see a bunch of drunks in dunes, I'd go up to Door County. But Willie said he's on his way back.
Actually, he's still at Moose.
He's still under the bleachers.
Yeah.
Somebody get me out of here.
Okay, well, I guess that's it, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
Closing thoughts, Ed?
Oh shit. I was thinking of something else here. Yeah, closing thoughts. I'll come up with something here quick. Nope, we got nothing.
No?
No, I don't got anything today.
Oh.
I thought you think I would. I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, we should be back next week. I got to double check now. I'm thinking about it because I think I have a golf outing Sunday, but I can't remember now. So
And I'll be getting back into I'm going right back out of town. So I'm going to be gone 3 days and then 2 days. So
Yeah.
I might not be back for Sunday even.
So yeah, maybe we can do another day. We can figure out, ask around. I don't know. You're going to be gone the week after? You're going Monday the 21st?
I got to be back Monday the 21st.
Oh, you're going to be back in town though?
Yeah, I have a meeting on the 21st.
So maybe we can do the 21st. Maybe do a Monday show. Maybe Eric will
Oh,
show
that'd
up.
be fun with Eric. We can find out what other breweries he's been to since he quit this show.
So maybe we'll do Monday. I got to see if I got anything going on Monday though, which I don't think I do. I can miss bags. I think we might be done with bags though, so I might not be missing anything. So
Jankowski's
he's practicing
league bowling.
Oh, good for you, Jeff. Keep that average up. I like it.
I got one last. Oh, did you see?
No.
Did you have a final?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Tebow, you see it with him? He started a new faith-based effort to stop child trafficking.
Oh, okay, good for him.
So
That's nice.
he was touched by that Sound of Freedom movie, and it hit home with him, and he wants to do something to stop child trafficking, which is obviously a lot bigger problem than our media tells us it is. And if you mention anything about it, you're a bad person for even bringing it up. You're blowing it out of proportion.
You're the problem.
You're blowing pedophilia out of proportion.
Yeah.
Wander Franco.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. The same day the media is telling us, it's a crazy right-wing conspiracy, Wander Franco gets pulled out of the lineup in the 5th inning for
pedophilia.
Yeah.
Well, basically.
Well, yeah.
It is.
It's unreal.
It's not true.
It's sick.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So Tebow always doing good shit like he always is.
Yep. Good for Timmy.
Other than baseball, he wasn't really good at that. But yeah, I mean,
yeah. And football, he was.
Where does he make his money?
I don't know.
Do you think it's like he's probably got like foundations?
Well, he probably got decent money when he got drafted. He made a few bucks in NFL. I mean, when he played for the Broncos, I don't think he ever got a second contract though. So
no.
I mean, he could be in the NFL as a backup still, I'm sure, but he just decided not to stick around.
He has 20. This organization has 20 safe homes around the world and 22 more in progress. They'd like to rescue more than 1,000 victims. So I'm guessing this is a worldwide thing. So I'm going to guess it's going to be Africa and
donation. It's probably
some of these rough countries.
Probably donate. He probably gets companies that don't donate stuff to him.
Yeah, I mean, I always want to know where he gets his money because he played minor league baseball for years, and that doesn't pay shit.
No.
So he's a very smart man, so he might have other things going.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
okay. My closing thoughts are, we'll be back next week. I think at sometime, maybe Monday we'll do it. We'll figure out who can be here or whatever. Because Sunday would probably be tough for me now. I think about it. We got to do a Saturday night show one time. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we could do one in the garden at my house too.
Oh yeah, we got to do that sometime.
Yeah, I got it all tricked out now.
Yeah, we should do that before the weather.
Yeah, we don't want to do that in December.
Yeah, it gets
shovel a path out there.
Yeah, that'd be cold. Wear snowsuits.
That would be kind of cool.
With cocoa, we can drink cocoa and do this show.
Hi, fellas.
Hey. Hello, fellas. So my closing thoughts are, it's NFL preseason started. It's awesome. Fantasy football talk coming up next few weeks. Also, we'll do a little talk, do our picks for the season soon. A lot of things going on the next few weeks. Baseball will be heating up, getting close to playoff races in the next couple weeks here. Maybe getting closer who might be in and out. I can't think of anything else right now. That's about it for this week.
Yeah,
it's a good show.
Yeah, we got a lot done.
Yeah, it was very good. And I think it was had Dan check in with, Dan checked in with us. I had Jeff check in. And Jeff's asking to remodel the studio. We are in the process of remodeling. So see, one wall is gray, one wall is not orange still. It's going to be gray eventually. Getting some floors done down here. So yeah, where it's going to be a lot different here in the next few months.
It looks very almost white here on on the screen. We're gonna have to put some what is that stuff like at Shenanigans they used to have you got to put all the stuff on your shirt, from Office Space.
Oh,
flare.
Yeah,
we need more flare on our walls.
Yeah.
That's kind of
we'll get it figured. We'll get it fixed.
Maybe. Oh, I got one. We put a picture of a fat guy in a shirt that's 3 sizes too small over here, and a picture of a guy eating a banana.
I might have those.
What?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, I do. You read my mind.
Maybe a Simpsons picture.
You read my mind.
All right.
So once again, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast.
Start the show over.
Yeah, start over. For myself and Ed. Thank you, Ed, for coming out tonight. I am Scott, and we will talk to you next week, hopefully. Have a good one, everybody.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers, and our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com.